Round one, fight!
Hey, welcome to Tournament Fights. This is episode number 25, and tonight I'm your host tonight, Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, I should say first. And tonight we're going to be taking a little trip to the land down under for a friend of the show, Richie Nemo Goodacre. We're going to be doing his top 64 favorite movies of all time, and I told him in the green room that we're going to judge him harshly, and we're going to be determining a new movie for him tonight. So we're going to force him to watch it at whatever time it is over in Australia once the episode's done. But no. We just kind of like to joke around about that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and introduce our cast for this evening. We have my co-host, Austin Pez Howell.
Hey, what's up? These are always exciting shows to do, to get to see what everybody's into, and even if we haven't seen something, get some really good movie recommendations to put on our personal lists. And I will say in advance, Jordan, a little birdie named Jordan, snuck me a few of the ones to possibly watch, and I did. So I won't reveal that now, but I did enjoy some of the ones, but not the whole list, just a couple of little nuggets here and there, but for good reason.
Yeah, some of the lesser known ones that maybe I was sure you probably hadn't seen. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But, yeah, we'll bring in our man of the hour. We have Richie.
Hey.
Going.
Hey.
No, it's going good. I love how I love that the cover photo you used of me on stage, because that was backstory. That is I literally came. I was running late. Literally came right from the supermarket. That's why there's shopping bags on my chair on stage.
Okay.
Nice.
Anyway, it's fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Last week it was garbage day. That was my day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like I have an eclectic taste of movies. So and introduce you to a few other ones you might haven't seen. So this should be fun.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we wouldn't agree so much because we've kind of had a little different taste over the last few episodes. But actually, what I've seen, we actually agree with your picks a lot more than you would think tonight. You'll see. So, but and also for anybody watching too, I had to throw Richie up there with one of the comedy legend Jerry Seinfeld. So that's what that is up there, just for fun, just having a little fun because he also does stand up comedy. So yeah, but yeah, well, we'll introduce the rest of our panel tonight. We got Jacob Barber in the house. How's it going?
It's going. I am excited to see what's on Richie's list, and I'm excited to say I haven't seen at least 15 times.
Yep. I got my whiteboard here, so I'm just gonna write it on there and just hold it up every time that I haven't seen it. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we also have Malcolm Lay. How's it going?
Good. Just can't wait to see what chaos we do. Die Hard 2 is the greatest Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
I'm hoping that Malcolm, you maybe seen some of the lesser known ones. We can get at least 3 on the panel that I've seen. I mean, this isn't tier ranker fights, but even so, it's just nice to at least have a few people that have actually seen these movies, So we'll see. Because there's some I think you might have seen more than the others, but we'll get into it in a minute. But last but certainly not least, we have Papa West. How's it going?
Doing good. I am strictly here for trivia purposes because I am taking on Richie in a TMG singles match here very soon. So I need to know what to give him in round 2, whenever he spins opponent's choice.
Yep, so I imagine you'll be taking notes then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right here.
Nice. Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and get into it. We got a big tournament ahead of us, so if you want to just break it down, Austin, how it's going to work
Sure.
for anyone that might be tuning in. I know all the panels has been here and done it before, but you can kind of explain it for the viewers.
Yeah, all of our panelists here are returning guests, but yeah, for anybody watching, tuning in for Mr. Richie here, we threw his top 64 movies of all time list he compiled in no particular order. He sent it off to Jordan. Jordan's put it in the randomizer and thrown them in this bracket. We're going to see what happens here round by round, and of course, we'll see if maybe his number one gets knocked out in the first round. Maybe it makes it to the final four. We don't know. I will say we have yet to have somebody's number one win the thing outright. Not yet, but we have yet to have that happen. But we've had a couple people come close. A couple people come close, get in the Elite Eight or the Final Four. So we'll see what happens tonight. No spoilers. But we're going to see what happens. We'll go up and down the panel. Everybody can just vote for any reason whatsoever for either film. Even if you haven't seen it, we still need your vote. So, and of course, Richie will give him a little extra time than we normally do. We try to get everybody's thoughts within, 20, 30 seconds. Well, obviously, we'll give him a little extra time to explain, why he loves these movies so much when it gets around to him. So, yeah, that's kind of how it works, and we'll see what comes out on top.
Yeah, we've already got the drinking game going on in the chat here, so whenever Jacob Barber says he hasn't seen it, you got to take a drink, right?
Hey, it could be
dying of alcohol poisoning.
To be fair, there could be multiple people on this panel who haven't seen a lot of things, so it should not be Jacob in here, depending on what comes up. But we'll see.
Take a drink every time Brian comments on it.
Yeah. There you go.
For sure.
Well, we all have movies that we haven't seen. We like to kind of like.
Hey, we've all got blind spots. I just got to go with the win a couple weeks ago, so we all have blind spots. It is what it is.
Yep. You'll see some of mine here in just a minute, but let's see.
And I want to say we have 6 panelists, so we do have tiebreaker procedures. Should we need them? The tiebreaker vote rotates from bottom to top. So if we have our first tiebreaker, Papa West will be the first tie-breaking vote.
Be first,
and we'll move all the way up. Yeah, you're down at the bottom, so you get to be first if we get to a tie. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and just jump right into it. We'll reveal the first matchup. So we got the Wedding Singer right there going up against the Wolf of Wall Street. All completely randomized matches for anyone tuning in. So I mean, there's no seeds or anything. Everything's just in completely random order. So. So
all right.
We'll just start with the bottom of
the
ladder.
Papa West.
With
Papa West,
so which one you want to go for?
Yes, I'm a very big Adam Sandler fan, and they say The Wedding Singer is one of his best comedies. It's actually one that has skipped me many a times. I have yet to watch it. So first drink right there. But then you have The Wolf of Wall Street, which is just a crazy comedy, drama, action, just so many things in one. It's a very fun movie, very, very high drug usage, has the most F words in a movie. I have seen it. I'll go with The Wolf of Wall Street.
All right.
Sure, yeah.
All right, Mr. Malcolm.
Malcolm, you got.
Yeah, I mean, I talked a lot about Wolf of Wall Street on Rankum this past Saturday because it was all about Leo movies. It's a good movie, but Wedding Singer is one of Adam Sandler's better comedies. So I'm actually going to go Wedding Singer on this.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Jacob?
So, yeah, for the longest time, The Wolf of Wall Street was a blind spot of mine. And I actually started watching it Sunday. I only got halfway through because I decided to throw it on at 9 o'clock at night, and I had to work the next day. So, unfortunately, I started to feel a little tired. So I watched half of it, but the half I saw was better than The Wedding Singer as a whole. So I will go with Wall Street.
Yeah, sounds good.
Richie,
what are you gonna go for?
All right, so I love Wedding Singer because I think it's Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore have really great, amazing chemistry, and obviously the studios really knew those two because that they they did a movie together twice more with 50 First Dates and Blended. And even like Blended's not a great movie, but you can still feel the chemistry. But this is the best movie to demonstrate that chemistry. Wolf of Wall Street is just a lot of fun. It's batshit insane. And I really like that Quaalude scene. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Although it was amazing, and Jonah Hill breakout performance. This is quite tough off the bat, but I will go. I'll go Wedding Singer. There you go.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, Wedding Singer is fun, but Wolf of Wall Street is in my personal top 10. I've talked about it to death. I've seen this movie probably close to 50 times since it came out. It's just the most entertaining movie, I think, of the last 10 years. So Wolf of Wall Street by a lot.
Yeah. And for me, I really wish I could vote for The Wedding Singer here because I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, but The Wolf of Wall Street is my favorite Scorsese movie. Like, it's just like really, really good stuff in it. And yeah, like there's so many awesome just moments, just the way Jordan Belfort is just such a badass in it, and it's just a character that's still alive and still with us today. So and he's gonna like dive into a little bit of the history and like on paper it doesn't really seem like a movie that I'd normally be into. Just this guy as a stockbroker, just doing like all these things in the stock market, but it's really, really entertaining. So yeah, I got to go Wolf of Wall Street. So
all right, well, 4-2, the Wolf is going to move on. Yep,
Wolf is moving on. All right, got to bang the chest a couple times. Huh?
We did enough of that on Malcolm's show. He'll get sick of it.
Yeah.
Annoy the shit out of him.
But next week we have Atomic Blonde going up against another Adam Sandler and
Happy Gilmore.
So, all right. So this time,
all right.
Start with Malcolm. So, what are you gonna go for?
I haven't got around to seeing Atomic Blonde. Many times I've been going to see it, then I get sidetracked and watch something else. But I'm also so I'm gonna go Happy Gilmore on this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Sure, yeah. Sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
I have seen Atomic Blonde. I think it's fantastic. I think Charlize Theron gives a really good performance in the movie. But I think I'll go Happy Gilmore here because it is one of my favorite Adam Sandler comedies. It's like top 2 for me. So I'll go Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie.
So yeah, Atomic Blonde. Ever since John Wick came out, there's been a lot of John Wick sort of clones, I guess. And this one probably does the best. It's because I think it's directed by one of the guys who did it. But yeah, Charlize Theron's such a badass. James McAvoy is really good in this. Just the fight scene alone, where she's fighting those guys up the stairs, and she's you can tell she's exhausted. It felt really, really real. Really realistic, and I saw the a premiere here, and it was I was blown away by it. But yeah, Happy Gilmore is one of my favorite Adam Sandler comedies. It's very quotable. Look, I'll give some love to Atomic Blonde, but I wouldn't be mad if Happy Gilmore went through.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Yeah, I did enjoy Atomic Blonde. I saw it in the theater. It is great. Like Richie said, there's a stairway fight that's really, really good. It feels very real. Yeah, it's the guy who did some of the John Wick movies, Chad Stahelski, who kind of directed and choreographed it. He's really good. I just found the movie itself a little bit confusing at times. Kind of looked a few too many little double crosses and weird things going on. But yeah, Happy Gilmore is. I've loved it ever since I owned it on VHS. It's one of those movies I've just seen dozens of times. So, yeah, I'll go with that. Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. My fingers hurt. Well, your fingers hurt, but now your back's going to hurt. You just pulled garden duty. So, yeah. Happy Gilmore is one of my favorite movies to quote. I'm just big into movie quotes. Whoever faces me can know that movie quotes is one of my strengths. I can quote these movies up and down. But Atomic Blonde, though, it's a lot of fun. Charlize Theron's probably one of my top 3 favorite actresses working today. She's really, really good, and from like a technical aspect, this movie's really solid. I just felt like some of the writing just got a little wonky, and just kind of like Austin said, like I got a little confused as like who's on which side or like what's going on. So for that, I think I got to give it to Happy Gilmore. I think so.
Papa West.
Papa West.
Mm-hmm.
Just tap it in. Tap it in.
Just tapping.
Get in your hole.
Mhm.
Definitely. I'm a big comedy fan. I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. I just said a little bit ago, I have seen Happy Gilmore, so this is not a blind spot for me. It is super fun, super quotable, and watching Bob Barker kick Adam Sandler's ass,
Yeah,
is hysterical. So Happy Gilmore is moving on.
Yep.
Yeah.
The price is wrong, Bob.
Yeah, if you watch it on like the like TNT version, it's like the price is wrong, Bobby, or whatever. How they edit those like slurs out. Yeah, but I believe Happy Gilmore it is. Moving on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5-1. So Happy Gilmore.
4-1.
Yeah,
I'm just disappointed we could have had Adam Sandler off and we ruined it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
Right?
well.
Yes.
We had to ruin it. Yeah, but next we have Parasite going up against Chicken Run. It's kind of an
Chicken Run. All right.
Yeah.
2 very similar movies.
Yeah. So this round we'll start with Jacob. So which one would you vote for here?
This is a very interesting matchup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use an old question. If these 2 movies were in front of me right now, which one would I choose to watch? Because I do enjoy both of them.
Yeah.
If both of them were in front of me right now, I think at this moment I would choose Chicken Run. So I'll go Chicken Run.
Sure. Yeah, I gotta go with whatever kind of hits you right at this moment. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Richie?
Yeah, I think I saw I think Parasite for the first time on just traveling back from traveling to New Zealand. Yeah, remember when he did that? Anyway, Parasite. Yeah, I was blown away by it, Parasite. It's just like just amazing performances. Yeah, it's just like it's so weird, but like in a really not over the top kind of way. But it's fantastic. And Chicken Run is one of my favorite animated movies. Really quotable. I wish it wasn't so underrated. Yeah. I don't like pies. I don't eat gravy. Like that one. It's just I've still got like a toy of like up here somewhere of of Rocky, Mel Gibson character. But yeah, and
Nice.
yeah, look, I guess I'm gonna apply the same logic. Which one I would watch if it was both in front of me. And honestly, I'll probably say Chicken Run as well. So I'll just Chicken Run.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I love Korean cinema. Parasite was great. But yeah, going with Jacob's logic, if you put these both in front of me, I have to be in the right mood to watch Parasite or to watch Parasite again and to like sit down and kind of roll with that. But Chicken Run is like super breezy and watchable. Yeah, in that sort of Wallace and Gromit kind of animated way. So yeah, I'll surprisingly go against the Best Picture winner and say Chicken Run.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, for me, I'm not going to vote for Chicken Run, even though I do think that it's a fun time. But like Parasite, like I'm a huge fan of Korean cinema and like really all like Asian cinema, like in general, like it's really good stuff. And Parasite, I saw it 3 times when it was in theaters. I was also working at a movie theater, so I got free movies, so that helped. But yeah, like it was just really, really good. I was just blown away. Usually, like it usually comes down to I'll find a friend or a family member that hasn't seen it yet, and I'm like, "What? You haven't seen this movie? All right, we're going to the theater. Let's go." So, but yeah, Parasite was a lot of fun, especially seeing like Boon Jung Ho and his cast win the Best Picture. at the Academy Awards and like how happy they were and just celebrating. That was a lot of fun too. So I got to go with Parasite, I think. So.
All right, Papa.
Papa West.
So I'm really torn right now because at work today, my boss told me I need to be more positive. But Jesus Christ, Jacob, Richie, Austin, and Brian, get your heads checked. Chicken Run is awful. It is the worst movie, one of the worst movies ever made. The animation sucks. The voice acting sucks. The premise sucks. I hate this movie. I've yet to watch Parasite, but I've heard a lot of good about it. It's been on my watch list for a couple years now, so I will get to it eventually, just not yet. But Parasite is getting my vote.
How many
Never
movies have
heard
you
of
watched?
that wrong statement.
How many movies have you watched? The best movie? We watched like 6 movies. How many movies have you watched? Say the worst movie of all time. That is.
I watched a lot of movies, and Chicken Run sucks.
Well, Malcolm, make sure you vote for Chicken Run so we can put it through just to spite Papa again on one of these shows.
I know what he's going to do. He's not going to. I know his position on this movie.
I'm not going to go against my brain and put the worst movie ever made through. I hate Chicken Run. I thought I was going to be low run.
No.
Yes!
I thought I was going to be the
Holy
load
shit.
on this. I want to put those chicken on the spit and just roast them and eat them for dinner because that's probably the only thing good for it. Although they made of clay, so they're probably melted and not tasty. But and I mean, I like Parasite fine, but Parasite gets my vote.
Well, and we've got a fucking tie, so we know what Papa's gonna do. Damn it! Sorry, Richie.
I was about to say, can I change my vote just to spite them so we can put in?
No, you cannot.
Right?
Your vote was
he's already
final.
doing the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You cannot
That's
ask
right.
for a recount.
No, we're good. I'm just sad about it.
I mean, if Chicken Run was a decent film, I might be like, why the heck not? But Chicken Run sucks. Parasite is winning the tiebreaker and moving on to the next round.
Well, at least it wasn't Shaun the Sheep or something. One of the movies that has like no dialogue or something. The whole movie.
Shaun of the Sheep is more fun than Chicken Run.
That's true. Malcolm is not wrong there.
Yeah, yeah.
Malcolm is wrong about Chicken Run, but he's right about Shaun the Sheep.
And then the Shaun the Sheep TV show. Great stuff right there.
Yeah.
No, I prefer that Rabbids TV show, whatever the hell that thing is.
Oh yeah, right.
That shit is funny.
Yeah. Well, up next we got The Matrix, which is like a favorite on tournament fights, and going up against Better Off Dead. So, and
our guest of honor, Richie, is up first. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if many people. Better Off Dead came into sort of. I came into like I only came to know it like sort of semi recently when I had to watch for a show. But yeah, it's an early John Cusack, 1986, and it's bonkers. If you watch it, it's so like some dude who gets dumped for more he's not as not popular, and then like he gets all depressed, and then like he goes to like commit suicide, but then someone foils that, and then he then he meets this other person, other girl, and then they have to the sort of the guy that's the ex is with his ex is with wants to challenge him to to ski down this like huge mountain, and like I think John Cusack has to be convinced to do it in order to maybe become popular sort of thing. But it's so wacky. The jokes in it are so like weird sometimes. It's got it's got like John Cusack. It's like Dan Schneider from like Nickelodeon's in this. It's a kid, but yeah, it's just off the wall kind of like mental. If you've ever seen the South Park episode, like where Stan goes and skis down the mountain, like Stan Dorsch. That's a rip. That episode's a rip off of this movie. But yeah, it's so wacky. I'd recommend it. But in The Matrix, I don't know how much more I can say about Matrix. It's just revolutionary at the time. It's just just amazing. In like, and get like just like. Just like like I've never really been one to like sort of complicated movies, but I love this one. Great great special effects, great performances. And if you ever watch if you get the DVD, there's I think there's a kind of kind of a section where it's called White Rabbit, where if you watch a movie, a white rabbit will appear, and you click on that, and it will show you how they they did the special effects on a certain scene. But yeah, the movie's fantastic. But because I think I know where it's going to go, I'll give love to Better Off Dead.
Yeah. Sounds good, Austin. What do you think?
Well, Richie, Better Off Dead was a blind spot for me until last week when I watched it, prepping in advance for our 80s tier ranker show. I had not seen it, and I just blind bought the Blu-ray, and I don't know what the fuck I watched, but it was fucking weird. It's got like Chosen from Karate Kid 2 speaking like Howard Cosell the whole movie in a car speaker. It's got a fucking, she's like the mom like cooking a live octopus in a pot with like tentacles flailing around, and they're all like sitting around Christmas like giving presence of like pictures of themselves to each other. Like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? like to me, like
really cool.
I don't know if I liked it or not, because like they didn't like the movie, as far as I know, is not like a parody movie. Like if it was like a Naked Gun movie or something, I'd kind of be into it, but it doesn't really establish itself as that. So like I didn't know what to think of it. But you know what? Because we've seen The Matrix like 9,000 times on this tournament fights, I'll vote for Better Off Dead just because it was something new and interesting. So why not?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so for me, growing up, one of my best friend Shay, she was obsessed with Better Off Dead, and like watched it so many times. But because she was so obsessed, for whatever reason, I was just bullheaded about it, and I refused to watch it because she would always beg me, and I'm like, nope, not gonna do it, sorry. And so I just kind of did it just to kind of mess with her. So she's probably happy to know that I also just watched this movie for the first time this week in preparation for our upcoming 80s comedy as well. And yeah, this movie's off the wall. Like this movie's just like really crazy. Got some like really like quirky humor. But I will say though, I actually really loved the last 20 minutes of the movie. I thought the last 20 minutes of it was actually really great when he finally gets together with the French chick, and then he fixes up the Camaro, and then he does like the final like ski off on the mountain, and then you have Curtis Armstrong just running around with his top hat on and everything,
like snorting snow and telling about how the street value of snow and shit. Like, what the fuck is like going on in this movie? Yeah, it's just weird.
But the mom actually kind of made me laugh, because she'd like make all this food and then she'd mispronounce all the names of all the food, and then like she made some kind of gelatin dish that like moved off of John Cusack's plate, and then like off camera somewhere, just slowly kind of just like crawled away. And so then like that was kind of interesting. But I mean, The Matrix though, that used to be my favorite movie of all time for years and years and years, and I have so much love. Like I'm like over the moon excited for the fourth one, probably way more than a lot of people are. And one of these days I'll have to show off my 12 disc box set that I have of The Matrix. That was like the Animatrix, there's the Burly Man Chronicles, there's a bunch of like different kind of like shorts and behind the scenes stuff that's like really, really cool. But so yeah, I got to go with The Matrix. But like Better Off Dead is one of the more unique movies I've ever seen before. So yeah, actually kind of like really had fun watching it. But I got to go with The Matrix. So Papa West.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm a big sci-fi fan, and I do not like The Matrix. I mean, this is definitely the best of the three. The fourth, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I love Keanu. But I do find it very boring. There are definitely some parts where it drags, and then 2 and 3 just get really weird, make no sense, which I feel kind of devalues the first movie a little bit. I mean, it definitely does have its moments where it's great. I mean, you have the scene where Neo freezes the bullets. You have where he does the slow-mo bending backwards. which definitely is some of the coolest stuff ever. And Better Off Dead, one of those I haven't seen. I promise one of these matchups I will have seen both of these films. I'm kind of intrigued with Better Off Dead. I definitely see it's something that I will watch. Will I like it? I don't know. But I'll go ahead and give Better Off Dead the votes.
Sure, yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I've not seen Better Off Dead. It sounds weird and interesting. I might check it out. But I love The Matrix. Like, I'm one of the rare people in the world that love the whole. I love the whole trilogy. But I mean, I think it's all good. I'm also really excited for the fourth one. But yeah, my vote's out of The Matrix easily.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm just going to vote for the movie I've seen and vote for The Matrix.
Sure.
Okay. Well, we have a second tie in a row, and this time it goes to Malcolm.
Yeah.
It's The Matrix. Let's not be crazy here.
Yeah, let's not be crazy here. Yeah.
Real quick, one of my favorite jokes in Better Off Dead is when he gets accidentally pushed off a bridge and he lands in a garbage truck, and these two workers, this black guy goes, "Oh well, we've got people throw away. It's a shame people throw away a perfectly good white boy like that."
Oh yeah.
I like when there's that. I did like Richie when there's that explosion in the kitchen and it just cuts to them in the car and John Cusack's just like, "I'm really sorry your mom got blown up."
Yeah.
Can I change my vote?
Nope, it's already locked in. Sorry. But up next we got Toy Story, the original, going up against Nothing to Lose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Martin Lawrence, Tim Robbins. So we'll start
I'm up first.
With Austin this time. Yeah.
I've only seen Nothing to Lose one time. I remember me and my dad watching it together. We rented it from a video store and watched it, and we were just it was interesting. With Tim Robbins just kind of, it's like a suicidal con man or something. He's he's in this mode where he just doesn't care about anything, and Martin Lawrence trying to get him somewhere. I vaguely remember it. I need to revisit it, but yeah, I really dig Toy Story. I still have vivid memories of first time seeing it in the theater. So yeah, I need to revisit Nothing to Lose, but because of that, I'll have to go with Toy Story.
Yeah, and Nothing to Lose. I have a lot of fun with that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I know that it's a heist movie. It's like a heist, kind of comedy movie, and I want to say that it's like diamonds or something that they're after, something like that. But then you have these guys, I think played by John C. McGinley and Giancarlo Esposito that are chasing after him. So that's pretty cool. Seeing them and yeah. And Toy Story's been on this list a lot of times too, and I feel like it always gets a lot of love. So I'll get some love for Nothing to Lose. It's a lot of fun, and it's one I want to go back and visit. It's probably been about 15 years since I've seen it, so I got to go back and watch it. But yeah, Nothing to Lose.
Okay.
Papa West.
Quick question for y'all: is with Nothing to Lose, is there a reason that their names are flipped on the poster?
I have no idea. No.
Okay, because that is annoying the crap out of me. I haven't seen it, so I was wondering, maybe there's something funny about that. And my kind of rule with if I haven't seen it, if the movie it's going up against is great, I'll definitely not go with the movie I haven't seen. And if it's not good or really bad, then I'll go with the movie I haven't seen. Toy Story is amazing. Great movie. I just blanked on names. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. Yeah. Great as the two leading roles. There's really nothing you can say about Toy Story that hasn't been said. So it's getting my vote.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I've not seen Nothing to Lose. My vote's easily going to Toy Story. I mean, it's great. I mean, there's a reason it made the top 12 animated movies of the 90s. It's just a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob, what do you think?
Papa, I'm glad you brought up the names because it was bugging me too. Like,
yeah, I don't know why it's switched.
That's not Martin Lawrence. It's not Tim Robbins. Just switch them. Anyways,
must be the foreign poster from some other country.
Yeah. Anyways, I will also again go with the movie that I've seen because Toy Story is fantastic and it's in my top 20. So.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
I'll give context around Nothing to Lose. I think it's sort of Tim Robbins plays this ad exec, and it's like wife's anniversary, so he gets off early and wants to surprise her, and like just sees like two people in bed, and like he assumes that he's just caught his wife cheating on him, and so he just sort of
That's what it is.
dejected, and he goes in his car, and then like he's sort of, and then like Martin Lawrence his criminal tries to mug him, and then he's like, oh boy, you picked the guy on the wrong day, and then they kind of just they just start like they start like basically he sort of kidnapped him in a way, and so they it's sort of like they just start driving in his head and doing this kind of friendship in a way, and like it's not diamonds. It's like what happens is like at one point they're at a gas station. Martin Lawrence holds up a gas station, and he's like he does a joke. It's like, oh, they got a free deal. You get a free stack of cash with every fill up. But then the cops. He goes, oh, we're not going anywhere until you take the money back. But then the cops are after them. So then they start. Then obviously there's a chase there. But then where John McGinley and Gene Kelly's Vito pop in, they're also criminals, but they also look kind of similar to Robbins and Martin Lawrence in this movie. So they're kind of like basically like all four of them are sort of wanted sort of fugitives. But when John C. McGinley becomes aware of Tim Robbins and they want that money, and so it's basically just like this buddy comedy / heist thing, and it's really good. Like Toy Story is amazing. I'll say Toy Story is amazing. It's like one of my first films I saw in the theater. But I'll give some love to Nothing to Lose because I do think it's a comedy a lot of people sleep on. So nothing like that.
There you go.
It's kind of a lesser known comedy. Like it doesn't get it that much love. Yeah,
they've got a decent cast in it outside of Martin Lawrence, and it's like but obviously Gene Kelly and Peter John, but Kelly Preston is the way. Is it?
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean is a boss. Yeah,
he shows up.
Yeah, and Steve Odenkirk directed it, not Bob Odenkirk, but Steve Odenkirk directed it.
Oh yeah. Nice. Well, with that though, Toy Story still moves on. So it's probably the one the more people have seen. I'll just say. So, but up next we got The Mask, Jim Carrey, up against The Perks of Being a Wallflower. All right. Two coaches with the water green. I'll just say that.
Jordan.
So I guess I'm up first. Well, so the finally got the one I have not seen. I've not seen The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's one that's high on my list. Like I keep wanting to watch it because I love a good coming of age type of movie. Those are some of my favorite types of movies, but I haven't seen it, so I got to go with The Mask because The Mask is just classic. It's like peak Jim Carrey, just being goofy and like over the top, and it works. It works really well. So I'll go with The Mask. Oh, and shout out Cameron Diaz for like probably the best role she's ever had. So yeah.
It's definitely the hottest intro of a new actress that's ever been on camera, in my opinion.
Yeah, right.
When she first walks into the bank in that red dress, oh my god,
like,
the best.
Yeah. Papa West.
Papa West.
Hey, this is the first one that I've seen both movies. I'm not a huge fan of Perks of Being a Wallflower. I get the hype. It's not a Papa movie. But I have seen The Mask. I love The Mask. It's Cameron Diaz's first role. It is the the best intro to a new actress. Just like Austin said, when she walks into the bank in that red dress, when she is tied up with that bomb at the club. I find her very attractive in that scene. Not because she's tied up, but no, all the shenanigans he gets into while being the Mask. Just so many like funny little jokes, a lot of inappropriate jokes. But that's definitely a Papa movie, and I'm so glad it's the only movie ever featuring that Mask ever made, because they didn't make a sequel.
Nope, they didn't even make it. Nope.
No.
Malcolm, what do you think?
I mean, it's no Son of the Mask for sure. But all joking aside,
You're right, it's not.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, but anyway, Son of the Mask is hopefully not in this bracket. I mean, well, we know Richie it might be. Yeah, but
anything's possible.
No, we talked about that movie way more than it deserved on our worst movies list. More than it deserves to ever be talked about.
Way more, yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I love both these movies. Just because I think I know where this might go. I'm going to give some love to Perks Being a Wallflower. Because Perks Being a Wallflower is great. Like Emma Watson's, like I think it's one of her first roles post Potter. And I mean, it definitely shows that like she's more than what she showed in there. She can do a lot more. And I think it's great because even like Logan Lerman and I can't remember the other main guy in it, but Perks Being a Wallflower was great. I've only seen it once, but I think if I rewatch this would have been this has a good chance of making my top 64. I like the Mask, but my vote's going to the Perks Being a Wallflower. Somebody stop me.
Yeah, right. Sounds good. Jacob?
I too love both these movies. So it's going to go back to if both of these movies were in front of me, which one would I choose to watch right now? I'm feeling more in a comedy mood, so I would go with The Mask. But I do love the Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think Emma Watson has a really great performance. I think she steals the show. I think she's the best part of the movie. But The Mask is just so funny. I think it's one of Jim Carrey's best. So I'll go with The Mask.
We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking, right? Yeah. But Richie, what are you gonna go for?
Yeah, I love Perks Being a Wallflower. I think it like delves into sort of certain like depression and issues, and I really relate to Logan Lerman's character. And I just the chemistry between the characters is really awesome, and it just hit me. Paul Rudd's really good in this movie as well, as a teacher. And sort of wish he would sort of maybe do a little bit more serious stuff. I don't know, sometimes, because I think he's underrated actor in that sense. The soundtrack's really good in this movie too, and it's just a movie I always go back to. The Mask, sometimes sort of like an actor has like has a some sort of reputation for having like like over the top shtick, sort of it can be grating, but The Mask it works for the character. It's very entertaining. It's very different to like if you saw the comic book. The comic book's very R-rated, and that they did a good job at like to like a sort of a family movie. But yeah, it's like if they were very faithful to the comic book, that it must be very different. It would be straight up.
Yeah.
But I'll just because I know I probably the same logic as Malcolm. Just because I know this is probably going. I'll go with Perks Being a Wallflower.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, it's funny, Richie. You should mention that it's a comic book movie because it might pop up on our Thursday show on our non-universe comic book movies. Yeah, so we might be seeing that again very
checking
soon.
the list to see if it was on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on there. It's on there. Yeah. But yeah, I do like The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I only saw it once, just in the theater, and I was kind of like, I kind of got everything I needed to get out of it. But The Mask is great. I've gone back to it a lot, and for what it's worth, it's my dad's favorite Jim Carrey movie. So there you go. So I'm gonna vote for The Mask. Yeah. But The Perks of Being a Wallflower is really good.
Yeah, I remember that I almost saw The Mask in theaters at my friend's birthday party when I was a kid, but it was sold out, so we had to go see the Pauly Shore classic In the Army Now instead, because that's all they were showing. Yeah. So I saw
just as funny, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Just as funny. Yeah.
I mean, you could have saved your money and went another night.
Yeah, true.
You could have just went outside and watched the paint dry on the building, and you might have got more laughs out of that than In the Army Now. But
I would have just played at the arcade.
Yeah, right.
We had all the kids together, and it was his birthday, so we're like, we're just gonna pick something. But
I'm just gonna go back to the room and eat cake instead of watch Pauly Shore.
Yeah. But next we got the Warrior, not the Warrior, going up against Brooklyn.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Papa West is up first.
West.
Okay. I haven't seen either of these movies. I know what Warrior's about. It is I believe it's boxing or UFC fighting is what I call it. Not a big fighting fan, so I don't watch most of it. I have no idea what Brooklyn's about. That chick's kind of cute though. But I'm gonna give it to Warrior.
Yeah. Sounds good. Malcolm?
Brooklyn's the one of Saoirse Ronan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's from Ireland or something.
I mean, I haven't seen it. I've been going to watch it many times, but then see something else that I want to watch or need to watch for a show. But I really love Warrior. Warrior's great, so I'm going to go Warrior.
Yeah, Jacob, what do you got?
One of these movies has Kurt Angle in it. It's not Brooklyn.
Oh, I thought it was Brooklyn. Damn. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So, and I have not seen Brooklyn either.
Kurt Angle. Yeah.
So I will go with Warrior because it is a fantastic movie, and I love Tom Hardy's performance in it.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, Warrior's fantastic. I'm a huge MMA guy as well as a wrestling dude, but yeah, like MMA is probably the other sport to watch outside of wrestling or but yeah, and Warrior is just a really cool story with these two brothers. And Joel Edgerton, Tom Hardy give really good performances. Nick Nolte is fucking phenomenal in this movie. It's just a great movie. Brooklyn, like if you don't, Brooklyn doesn't it was an Oscar contender a few years ago. It doesn't have like a lot, like it just doesn't have like a lot of way of a plot really. It's just like a woman from Ireland who sort of travels to America for sort of like a Brooklyn for like a sort of better life, and so it's just a nice sort of sweet story. It's one movie, one of those movies you could probably switch on if you're just I don't know, sort of feeling down about stuff. But yeah, it's just I was surprised. It's not usually a movie I'd watch, but it's just I connected with it more. I connected with it a lot for some reason. Again, probably this logic's going to come into it a lot, but just because I know where the way this is probably going, I'll give a love to Brooklyn.
Sure, yeah. Austin, what do you think?
Brooklyn's one of those movies that I always say I'll get around to it at some point, but I have to be real with myself. I will never ever sit down and watch Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure about that. I will never get to the point where I'm just I'm gonna watch Brooklyn today. It's probably just not gonna happen. I wish I was that guy, but I don't really do like period piece romance movies. It's not my bag. It never has been my bag. If I was still with my ex who loved those type of movies, I would probably watch it by proxy, like through her while she's watching it. But because we're not together anymore, that's probably just not going to happen. I'm more likely to watch Warrior, so I'm going to watch Warrior, which I have seen.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I've only seen Warrior out of these two, and it's really, really good. Like it's like one of my favorite sports movies, like of all time. Like it's like the reason why for our Tiebreaker fight, I like start the whole thing with one of the best fights from the movie Warrior, like right in the intro. So yeah, but I will say Brooklyn. A bunch of my family members went to go see it, and they're really raving about it. It's like, you got to see this movie. It's actually really, really good. So they're really high on it. So I think I probably will get around to watching it. But for me though, like I'm a big fan of Gavin O'Connor when he does sports movies. When he does other stuff, I mean, maybe like it kind of hit and miss for me. But like when he does,
I might be talking about that in my battleground match with Henry Sanchez coming up. So tune in when that debuts.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Just to tease everybody.
We got Warrior. You got the way back from Gavin O'Connor. You got Miracle. So like it's like pretty solid sports movies there. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Warrior though. Like it's a phenomenal movie. Like really like amazing performance from pretty much the entire cast. It's just like just really, really good. So yeah, all with Warrior. So I think Warrior it is.
Warrior's moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. But we got Dodgeball up next, going up against Knives Out. So
all right.
Kind of interesting. But
Malcolm,
you're up first.
I know he loves Knives Out, so is he going to go with that or Dodgeball?
I should have worn my Knives Out shirt. I actually do have one. But
yeah, I mean, I haven't rewatched Dodgeball in ages. It's been one I've been meaning to get to rewatch at some stage. It was like the first time I watched it, I thought it was just fine. But I really love Knives Out. Like, Knives Out is one of those movies that when it was coming out, I thought this could have the chance of being not good and potentially being a complete parody of Agatha Christie thing. And while it still was still uses the pastiche of Agatha Christie murder mysteries, which I do actually, I've never actually read the books, but I do actually enjoy like Murder on the Orient Express, both versions and all that kind of murder mystery type stuff. But Knives Out is one of those ones that actually had a lot more in it, because you could, like, the first time I watched it, like, I didn't see I had no idea who was the actual murderer, and when it was revealed, I'm not going to spoil it here because it's still pretty fresh and because people might want to see it, but so I'm going to go Knives Out.
Sure, yeah. Sounds good. Jacob, think?
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup because I really do enjoy Dodgeball. But I think Knives Out is the better movie. I like the performances better. I think the script is better. Dodgeball is really funny, and to this day, I still quote "bold strategy, Cotton." Let's see if it works out. I mean,
the bold strategy, Cotton. Yeah. You will not be able to see very well, Cotton. Yeah. Good stuff.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
Anyways, as quotable as Dodgeball is, I do think Knives Out is the better movie, so I will go with Knives Out.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, I really love Dodgeball. It's as we've discovered, it's a very quotable movie. I think the highlight is Alan Tudyk as the pirate. I think he's I think he's fantastic. I think he's fantastic in this movie. I want to see a spin-off of that. Just like Alan Tudyk should just be in everything, to be honest. But the Dodgeball is really fun. It's really kind of charming in a way as well. It's like one of those. I think it came out just before there was a period of time when Vince Vaughn began to sort of grate on me a bit because I feel like his sort of characters are the same, where he gives himself like he's just a massive chatterbox. But like I do like Dodgeball, but Knives Out is like I've always been a really kind of like murder mysteries and stuff like that. It's always been my bag, and yeah, like. This one, and then when I heard Ryan, when I saw Ryan Johnson was doing it, I was immediately in because Ryan Johnson, I'm a huge fan of him as a director. I love, I'm going to be honest, I love Last Jedi. I mean, I love, I love it. I know it might come up soon, but I love.
It's a bold move, Richie. It's a bold move that you love Last Jedi. Right?
I love Brick, which is his first unrated movie. But yeah, Knives Out is really fun. Great cast. Like Tony Collette's great in this. Daniel Craig's great in this. Chris Evans. Even like Don Johnson is great in this. I haven't seen in ages. But yeah, I acknowledge what Jacob said. Knives Out's probably the better movie. But if you put these two in front of me, I'm probably going to watch Dodgeball. So Dodgeball.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. You put them in front of me, I'm probably going to watch Dodgeball. I did enjoy Knives Out for what it was, but I don't see myself really going back to it a lot. I mean, the sequence where Justin Long is getting the shit kicked out of him with the dodgeball like throwing machine by Rip Torn is like one of the sequences that makes me laugh like harder than any other comedy. So I gotta go with Dodgeball.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a 2-on-1, a menage a trois of pain. Well, usually you pay double for that kind of action content. It's just like so many like hilarious lines like from Dodgeball. Those are my two favorite characters. But I mean all around though, like it's a really great cast. It's really hilarious. And for me like I wasn't as high on Knives Out as other people. I mean I still liked it, but for me it's more like a 6 out of 10 for me because I did predict it like long before it was over. And I don't know if anybody saw the live episode of FCN Live that they did where they had Matt Serra on and like he was really bagging on Knives Out, like he really hated it. Like some of the points that he made, like I kind of agree with low key. So I mean, but I don't hate the movie by any means. Like I still like it, but it's just a little more predictable for me. So I got to go with Dodgeball. Like it's one that's just endlessly rewatchable for me. So yeah, Dodgeball it is. Papa West, you got.
Yeah, so Knives Out is one of those movies that I just finally got around to this year. I wasn't able to watch it when it first came out, and I kind of just waited a little bit. I heard nothing but good about it, and thankfully I was able to watch it without getting spoiled. Even though within like the first hour of the movie, I knew who the killer was.
Yeah.
And then throughout the movie, I'm like, how do they not know this person is the killer? Because I'm not going to spoil it. Dodgeball is freaking hilarious, instantly quotable. Best player on your team thinks he's a pirate. Yep. He's not the best player on our team. We don't know who the best player on our team is. I do think where they take on Troop 417 to qualify for the tournament is one of the most underrated scenes in any movie ever. That it's just pure comedy. And then the girl with the beaver tranquilizers and all that added testosterone. Yeah. She's this huge little girl covered in arm hair. God damn you, Bernice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is hysterical.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I have to give it to Dodgeball.
Yeah. All right. We got Laser, Taser, Blazer.
Yeah, they got laser, taser, and all kind of other A's.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, what are the votes at, Austin?
4-2 for Dodgeball. Yeah.
All right. So Dodgeball is moving on. All right. So up next we got Liar Liar, and going up against the Green Mile. All right.
All right. All right. All right. Jacob Barber is up first.
Jacob. All right.
Man, it's tough because it's like Liar Liar is definitely more rewatchable. The Green Mile is it's so good. I think Tom Hanks is great, and Michael can't ever think of his name. Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is phenomenal as well. I'm going back to that. If you place both of them in front of me, which one am I going to watch? I'm going to watch Liar Liar.
Yep. Sounds good. Richie, you got?
Yeah. Lyle. I think Liar Liar is one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. Again, I think his kind of his shtick really works for this movie. You can, and yeah, it's really charming in a way too. Also it's got one of the better blooper reels in the comedy as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where he's literally called out for being an overactor. That's really funny.
Yeah.
And Green Mile is fantastic. Like Michael Clark Duncan's fantastic. Like Sam Rockwell's fantastic. They're all great. I guess if you put the two movies in front of me, I'll probably watch Liar Liar just because it's more. It's just I guess again more light, but then it's also not 3 hours long, so I'll say Liar Liar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I like the Green Mile, but it's not one of my favorite dramas. I think it goes on just a little too long. Like, you need to be able to justify your length, and I think Green Mile just doesn't quite do that for me. I mean, the performances are great, but like Liar Liar is fucking fantastic. I mean, just like, no, I'm just about ready to pop.
Yeah.
Like, whatever takes the attention off your head,
Lunch,
like all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, just like there's so many fucking great lines in that movie, and Jennifer Tilly's awesome, and like everybody's great. So yeah, Liar Liar is classic.
Yeah, there's so many quotable lines like when you what are you doing, man? He's like, I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind? And just like beating the shit out of himself, and like that. And the Green Mile is actually one that since I got a little preview of Richie's list, I picked one of the movies that I haven't seen it. And I watched the Green Mile, and it was fine. Like it's a little slow for me, kind of. It's just them doing all kinds of crazy stuff, chasing mice and different things around in the jail cell, and then Tom Hanks was really solid though. Just standing up for Michael Clark Duncan when he's on death row. So I mean, it's a good movie. I'm not going to say that that's bad. It's just a little too slow for me and a little long. So for me, like Liar Liar just has that pace that just like really keeps me engaged and laughing the whole way through. So I got to go with Liar Liar. Papa West.
So Jordan, you think the Green Mile is okay? You probably also think Percy is supposed to be the hero of the film. This is one where I hate the argument of put these two movies in front of me and I'm going to pick one. The Green Mile is a fantastic film. Liar Liar is just funny. It's not one of Jim Carrey. It's one of Jim Carrey's better performances. But there are a lot of better movies out there that he's been in, just straight comedies that are far better. The Green Mile is a fantastic movie. It does one of those hard things to make you utterly hate a character. Percy he's a douche. He has no redeeming quality at all. You cheer when they lock him up in that kind of padded room. Turn off all the lights on him. That's one of the best scenes ever, just because he's finally getting his due. I understand it's long. It's still, I'm not gonna say it's enjoyable because it's not supposed to be an enjoyable film, but it tells its story. It does a great job at it. It is by far the better movie, and it should move on to this list. It's kind of a travesty it's not going to.
Yeah, it's a little sad, but.
That's payback for Chicken Run. That's payback for Chicken
Run.
Right.
I'm not ready to call it like a major upset, like what's happened in previous episodes I've been in, but it is an upset.
Or are you just upset?
I'm very upset.
I'm not upset about Liar Liar going over on Green Mile.
Me neither.
It's a movie I'd rather watch right now.
But what do you think, Malcolm?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Green Mile. I think it's. I actually think it's really boring. But I really love Liar Liar, and the goddamn pen is blue.
Yeah, it is.
So
Exactly.
Liar Liar.
Goddamn pen is blue. Huh?
Royal boy.
Write it or I'll break it off.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many quotable lines when he's like going on his little rant where it was like here goes. I sped. I followed too close. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped more. I failed to yield it was a crosswalk. I changed lanes at an intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a light and speeding. Yeah, good stuff. but yeah, Liar Liar it is. So who's to say it's a better movie? Well, I guess we said it's better. So it's yeah, but we have this is where I leave you. Going up against Monsters Inc. So.
All right,
first, Richie?
Richie's up first. Richie, yeah.
All right.
I've got a lot of I think movies that didn't get appreciated when it came out. This is where I leave you is one of them. I think good, great cast. Like sort of a more comedic venture for Adam Driver. But yeah, it's just about like obviously this family that comes together because of the death of their father. So they're kind of forced to sort of hang out together and then go and deal with all their like very different personalities. It's a really cool movie, a good movie, but and it's quite funny. Jane Fonda's really good in it. Tina Fey is really good in it. It's not when it's because it's not like straight up comedy, so it does get to show her dramatic chops as well. But yeah, I think more people need to see this movie. I think it's really funny. But yeah, Monsters Inc. It's one of my favorite Pixar movies. I'm using this word a lot, but it's just charming, and the chemistry between just the voice acting between Billy Crystal and John Goodman is just great. Again, it's a very quotable movie. I kind of wish they did Monsters Inc. 2 as opposed to like Monsters University. Monsters University was fine. But I love Monsters Inc. I'll go. That's one of those Pixar movies I'll always go back to. Just because I might again. I think it needs more love. I'll go. This is where I leave you.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I do like dry humor and cringe humor, and This Is Where I Leave You definitely has an abundance of that. But in this case, Monsters Inc. is probably one of my top 3 Pixar movies. I think it gets kind of overlooked a lot, but it's I love the premise. I love monsters, and it's probably the closest thing a Pixar horror movie, even though it's not a horror movie. Just because of the different monsters and the creatures and stuff. So I'll go with Monsters Inc.
Yeah, and I have not seen This Is Where I Leave You, but oh yeah, I forgot. I made that so I could hold it up, but but looking at the cast though, the cast is just stacked. I mean, Jason Bateman, Adam Driver, Tina Fey, Jane Fonda, Rose Byrne, Catherine Hahn, Timothy Olyphant, Ben Schwartz, Connie Britton. It just goes on and on and on. So yeah, it's a really cool cast. So I'll definitely probably get around to watching it eventually. But there's another movie on this list. I'm not going to spoil anything that's kind of similar that I watched instead of this one that I chose to. We'll reveal it when it comes to it. But yeah, so I got to go with Monsters Inc. It's probably probably in my top 3 or 4 Pixar movies. It's really really good and it deserves more love. So I'm going to go with Monsters Inc. So Papa West.
Yeah, This Is Where I Leave You. It's one that I have not heard about until just right now. So maybe I will add it to the list of things I need to watch. That being said, Monsters Inc. is a great film. Having the different set pieces that it has works really well, especially towards the end where they're running away from Randall, and they're traveling to all the different worlds, and then finally they get him stuck in that Florida home. The family thinks he's a gator. It is definitely a very memorable movie, very quotable. I'm kind of glad that they never gave it a sequel. Just kind of ending it off with Sully finally seeing Boo again. I don't really know what they can do next with that to live up to the goodness of Monsters Inc. But it is definitely a very good movie, and I'll give it my vote for this one.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Monsters Inc. is one of the Pixar movies that's easily better than WALL-E. But
We're gonna compare to WALL-E.
But yeah, but I mean, just because like Pixar seems to come up a lot in top 64 movies. I'm gonna give some love to This Is Where I Leave You, because This Is Where I Leave You is a great movie. I stumbled across this on Netflix once, and it's a fun movie to watch, and it was Agatha all along. So I'm gonna go This Is Where I Leave You.
Sure, yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the Monsters Inc., even though it's not better than WALL-E.
All right.
And because it's the only one of these two that I've seen.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Richie?
Nope. Richie started, so Monsters Inc. is going on.
Yeah.
But I said it's where I leave you, but yeah. Monsters probably.
But for some reason, this poster always makes me like nervous because I feel like Mike's got to weigh like 5 times the amount of Sully's got to weigh like 5 times the amount of Mike, so he would literally crush him there. Like he'd be dead, like leaning on him like that.
Yeah, and it looks like Mike is skipping leg day. Yeah, he's not working his legs on the workout day. Yeah.
But Monsters Inc. it is. So move that on. And next we have one of the little lesser known ones called The Castle that's on here. And Richie, you can kind of explain this a little more about that one when we get to you. But and going up against End of Watch. So Austin, I believe you're first.
Yeah. Well, Richie, I don't know if you noticed what I switched my thing to, my little header on here, but I switched it to You're Dreaming because of Daryl the Dad. It's from The Castle. Jordan snuck me just a few of the lists. The Castle was one of them. It was on YouTube, so I listened to it this morning at work, and then I was watching it again before we started. Actually, like The Castle was awesome. Like I fell in love with this movie like so fast. What a great just chill like hanging out with his family and like the little court case he has to go through. But like, you know what I liked about this movie, Richie, is like is the family. It's not one of those movies where like the family turns on each other or something like cliche, like they all just like love each other, they all get along. Like the dad's awesome, like the brothers are awesome, like and it's just a nice story. Like it's a nice story and it's really fucking funny. Like it's really goddamn funny. Like so yeah, if you think I'm gonna vote for End of Watch over The Castle today, you're dreaming. So I'm voting for The
Castle. You're dreaming, yep.
Yeah.
And if a man's home is his castle. So, because I also watched this because I got a little preview on the list, and I was really, really surprised by The Castle. Like the more and more the movie went along, I actually liked it more and more, and like it's a really cool storyline, especially the dad. He's a really, really cool actor, like someone that I wouldn't mind having as a father myself. Like he's just like a really like great dad that just loves his family despite one of his sons is in jail. Like despite that, and like he just fights for his home because his home is a special place to him. But then there's a lot of comedy too that's surrounding this. Like it's just he's really, really good. Like I just like some of the random lines from like some of his kids, just saying kind of random, just kind of off the wall things that's almost kind of like in a quirky kind of way, but it actually works though. But End of Watch though, like that's a really solid movie. That like I really love the chemistry between Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena that is really strong, and you kind of see what some of these policemen have to actually go through. I mean, I feel like well, actually, I don't know because I've never been a cop, so like, who's to say if it's exaggerated or not? I feel like it's probably a little exaggerated. I don't know though. Like, I've never experienced that, and has a really shocking ending. But I think just to kind of mix it up a little bit, I'm gonna go with The Castle. I think so. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out because it's good.
It's on YouTube in its entirety. That's how I watched it. So it was actually available. Yeah,
it's free on YouTube. So,
Mhm.
Papa West. What do you think?
These are two, neither of which I have seen. I'm definitely more intrigued with The Castle because he has the not for sale sign, and then there are airplanes. So I'm kind of guessing I know the premise to this is airports building on top of his house. But okay. I'm glad I can deduct that with my my amazing deductive reasoning skills. End of watch. 2 police officers. Michael Pena has what looks like an AK-47. I'm definitely more intrigued with The Castle. So I'm gonna vote for it and then add it to my list of I will never watch this movie, but I will say that I will attempt to at one point.
Sure, yeah.
Dad always said fishing was 10% brains, 95% brawn, and the rest was good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, now just moved up the list.
Yeah, there's just random quotes like,
"Oh, it's awesome,"
like that. Yeah. So we lost the case because, like, when he goes to like tell the like brother when he's in jail, he's like, I'm not just gonna tell him that we lost the case, and then it cuts 2 seconds later. Well, we lost the case.
We lost the case.
Just like just like right away. You're like, okay, yeah. But Malcolm, what do you think? Have you seen The Castle, or what do you think?
Have I seen The Castle? I mean, it's more common on this end of the world that Australian movies come over here. I mean, I got confused. I thought End of Watch was the movie with Ben Stiller. And I got confused. But that being said,
the AK-47 there.
I've not seen End of Watch. The Castle is great. The Castle should move on.
Yeah. Jacob?
I have not seen either of these movies. I am more intrigued by The Castle, so The Castle will get my vote.
Yeah. Sounds good. Might be a clean sweep for this movie, which
wow,
would have never thought, but
all right. I will say I like him to watch because I think just the chemistry between Jake Gyllenhaal and my opinion is really great, and also I mean they do the whole. I'm not a huge fan of like shaky cam and stuff like that, but for some reason it really does work in this movie, and it's just it's not predictable, and it's very it's really like you like it's very fast paced, so you kind of you're paying attention like the whole way through. It's a wild ride. The Castle is very it's a staple in Australia. It's a very quintessential Australian movie. And it's just a very quotable movie. Like people always if someone it's sort of become a part of Australian culture. Like it's someone gets a gift or whatever, they go, let's go straight to the pool room. They tell them, the Serenity. It's just it's just like a very quotable movie, just very charming movie. But if you maybe American audiences might the main guy is Michael Keaton. American audiences might know him. He's in the Rob Schneider classic, The Animal.
Yeah, he's the doctor.
That classic.
Where also he the story goes that Michael Keaton had a script which would later become a movie called Strange Bedfellows with Paul Hogan, and he gave it to Rob Schneider to read, and then so essentially a few years later, a movie called I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry came out, which is pretty much a very similar premise. But anyway, but yeah, like it's and also like like there's other people that like Eric Bana shows up in the castle. It's amazing. I would like like it's one of those movies where it's like you don't need to sort of know like some people some movies are very kind of its sort of like it's some you need to be Australian to maybe fully appreciate it, but like I feel this movie is very universal, and yeah, I would recommend The Castle. So yes, clean sweep for The Castle.
Yeah, sounds good.
I can't remember if it was you that put it into Full Metal Round 3 this year, but a lot of Americans got to experience it for the first time because someone put it into Round 3 in Full Metal. So
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Dad always said he liked power line. Dad always said he liked power lines because it reminded him of the people who invented electricity. He was always saying wise things like that.
Yeah. Fun stuff. But we got Scream 4 next, going up against Halloween. So we got a horror matchup. So yeah, here we go. So what's it gonna be? Who's up first?
Jordan.
Me. Well, this one's pretty easy. I got to go with Halloween, but for an overall franchise, I do like the Scream franchise overall way better. It's my favorite horror franchise of all time. So I think that's something me and Richie are on the same page about there. But just as an individual movie, though, the original Halloween's just really, really good. Like probably my favorite slasher maybe of all time. So I got to go Halloween. Papa West.
Okay. I'm not a horror fan, so I love this matchup. Scream is one of those franchises. I've seen the first one. I enjoyed it, but I never watched 2, 3, or 4. Halloween, on the other hand, I enjoyed it as far as a horror movie goes. But I also haven't seen. I never watched any of the other sequels. I watched the Rob Zombie one and not the sequel, and then I watched the newest one, and the newest Halloween, but not the sequel after that. So I really need to watch more Halloween movies, I guess. It's definitely Michael Myers is just one of those creepy. You can never get away because he's always after you, and it's very, very intriguing. Not really intriguing, but scary. Because it's the one that I've seen and it's a good movie. I have to go with Halloween.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Have you done movie franchises as a tournament fights before? Because that could be really interesting.
We did it. Well, actually, that was our very first tier ranker ever for the channel, but we haven't done it for a tournament fight. So we'll have to
just have like the first movie represent each actual franchise. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
like franchises that have at least 3 or more in the franchise would probably count. So yeah,
something like that.
But that being said, if this was franchise against franchise, Scream would win easily because I've seen more of them.
Actually,
but when it comes to movies, I like the first Halloween. It's good, but I actually really love Scream 4, and like I've seen the first, like all the Scream movies for the first time this year. I thought I'd seen the first one before, but apparently not. But I'm going to give my vote to Scream 4.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I've only seen the first 2 Screams. And personally, I'm more partial to the second Scream movie. So if that one was going up against Halloween, it might be a little more tougher. But regardless, it's still Halloween. It's so influential in the horror genre, and Michael Myers is one of the more iconic characters. I mean, Ghostface is too, but I think you wouldn't have that without Michael. So I'm gonna go with Halloween.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Richie?
like Scream 4 is like it's probably more of I'm gonna be honest, probably like it's one of the movies I go back to all the time, but it's like I acknowledge that it's if you rank the 4, it's probably one of the weaker ones, but I still have a lot of fun with it, and I just like the self-referential stuff. I have a lot of fun with it, it's one of my favorite like horror franchises of all time. I'm trepidatious about the fifth, the one that's coming out soon. But it looks alright. I like the idea that is it like the he's going after relatives of or friends or previous killers or something. I like that idea. So we'll see what happens there. But if we're looking at what the better movie is, like out of these two, Halloween's definitely the better movie. I think it kind of brought in it sort of kind of brought in like the sort of slasher horror genre and like the creep. We've talked about it heaps on this show, but like the creepy music to Michael Myers as a villain in general. I think Halloween should go through.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, this was fairly easy for me because I don't like Scream 4 very much. I've gone back to it, and I'm not a fan of the 22 fake openings in the movie. Like, I don't like that shit. Like, just get to the fucking movie already. Like, it was a funny joke, like in the earlier movies, but like I was sick of that shit by the time they started doing it Scream 4. So, I mean, I'm a defender of Scream 3, and like I don't even like Scream 4. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Halloween pretty easily on this one. Yeah,
sure, yeah. Well, Halloween it is. So yeah, so up next we got Logan going up against the Untouchables. All right. So who's up first? All right, Papa West.
Okay, so just like most of these other ones, I've watched one of these. That would be Logan. The ending of Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, going with that R-rated look or that R rating. So you actually see him fuck some people up. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I hate how people comment with the fact that there's that one girl in Wolverine who says this is how Logan's gonna die, and they're like, that's actually how he dies because he's lying against the log and he's impaled and holding the girl. They didn't realize that when they wrote the Wolverine. It's just a kind of coincidence. Way to throw a lot more into this than should be in there. But it's a very fun action packed movie. So I have to go with Logan.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, what do you think?
The Untouchables, is that the movie that the Kevin Hart movie recently was based on?
Yeah.
It was kind of a remake of it. Yeah.
I haven't seen the original one. I haven't even seen that Kevin Hart one. I just remember it from that. But But with that being said, it's easily Logan for me. I love Logan. Logan is great. If you said they're going to take a comic book movie character and to pretty much do a big full-on western with him, and actually make it work, I would have said you're crazy, but it really worked. I mean, they took elements from Old Man Logan and stuff. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Upside, so I'm really intrigued by the Untouchables and kind of seeing, the original. But with that said, I've not seen it, so I will go with Logan, the movie I've seen. I love Logan. Hugh Jackman is one of my favorite actors, and I think this is like top 3 performance of his easily. Same with Patrick Stewart. I think. I still feel they were snubbed for nominations, but we can appreciate it. So,
yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
The Untouchables really surprised me. It was a movie that I just sort of threw on a whim. It was about like two like people from completely different sort of social sort of classes. They would never otherwise meet, but like they build this really good bond, and it's it's just really sweet and very funny. And then Omar Sy, who's since been in a lot of other stuff like Jurassic World, and he popped up in a lot of stuff now, but he's really good in it. Yeah, and I'd recommend, like, it's just a fantastic movie. And like. I'm not knocking the Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston one. Like, that's fine, but yeah, this is the better one. Logan. You probably a bit of a spoiler. There's not many Marvel things on this list, but like, yeah, like I sometimes feel like they just sort of blend into one another. But Logan was just completely. I like it because it's completely different. The like yeah the yeah like just yeah you just like you feel like you just felt the raw emotion through the whatever every whatever Xavier went through, whatever and all that Wolverine goes through, and yeah, just like Stephen Merchant's really good in this movie. It's just like I guess it's a movie that like really grabbed me, that I didn't think like would have that sort of that much of an emotional sort of pull. So honestly, I'll go with Logan.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Well, am I going to be the only person that votes for The Untouchables? Because I've seen it on the panel. I'll go for it. I saw it in a theater, actually. Yeah, back when it came out, I saw it in one of the art house theaters back in the town I lived in Florida. Showed it, and it's great. Yeah, Omar Sy, who a lot of people know he was in Days of Future Past. He was Bishop. He was in Jurassic World. Yeah, like he kind of blew up after that. But yeah, they're great, and the remake is fine. But yeah, the original one is highly recommended. I like Logan too. But I don't go back to it as much as other people do. But I'll give some love to The Untouchables. I thought Richie might have, but I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because I know where Jordan's going, because it's his favorite movie, obviously.
Yeah. Well, we'll say the Untouchables is a movie that I want to like maybe set aside like a couple of hours where I can just sit down and I can really focus, because I'm always so busy. I'm on the go. A lot of times I have to watch these movies while I'm working sometimes, because we got to watch so many movies for these shows. But with all the subtitles, though, I want to do it justice and like sit down and actually read everything, So I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. But when I have some free time like that, I definitely want to do it. But yeah, like if you know me, my favorite movie of all time is Logan. Like this movie just hit me in like a really powerful way when I saw it. And like after I saw it in the theater, I remember like walking out and I was thinking about it. I was just like, I think I have a new favorite movie. Like I think I just saw my favorite movie of all time. Like I literally realized it as I was walking out of the theater. I'm like, that movie was incredible from like start to finish, and like all the performance were just so powerful. Even from the trailers when they had the Johnny Cash music playing, and then they said when they have Daphne Keene, before she ends up going along with them, you see Wolverine, and he's like, someone will come along. Let's just go, and then Patrick Stewart's like, somebody already has, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this movie's gonna get me. It's just like some really good writing, just kind of how Hugh Jackman or Wolverine is kind of like a father figure to the X-23 character. I'm still waiting for the X-23 movie. I'm holding out hope. I don't know if it's ever going to happen now that Disney bought Fox, but I mean, I can always hope for that movie someday, because she gave an incredible performance. And so yeah, like anytime that I can vote for Logan, I'm going to do it, like no matter what. So yeah, Logan, like hands down. So
I mean, it's still possible they can still bring him back as X-23. I mean, there's nothing out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, so we'll see. but yeah, so Logan it is.
Yep.
Finally, because in my top 64, it was out in the first round to Napoleon Dynamite. Like I always got to bring that up. I'm like, I can't believe that. It's like blows my mind.
That sucks.
Yeah. But next we got Searching, going up against Hot Shots Part 2. So there we go. Yeah.
All
So
right, Malcolm.
with Malcolm, you got.
Look, I think I know where this is going to go. I love Hot Shots Part 2. It's a great parody movie. But Searching is a really underseen masterpiece. Like John Cho should have been nominated for an Oscar for his role in this movie. And it's just one of those movies which shows how using other screens and not just standard camera and filming practices can work a lot. I know a lot of people shoot out the Unfriendeds and the Friend Requests and movies like that because they say it's like, oh, just watching someone Zoom because it's not interesting. This one makes it really interesting because it's not just Zoom calls and that. You've got news reports, you've got like overhead shots, like camera shots. There's so many good shots in this, and I think I want to say it's Deborah Messing that was also in this, but she has a great role as the person sort of in charge of the investigation, and John Cho's just amazing as the father, and yeah, I'm going to go vote Searching on this.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jacob?
I will also vote Searching. I think this movie is wonderful. It's just so fantastic. John Cho, yeah, he does give a great performance. This movie was a pleasant surprise. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. And so, yeah, Searching.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
I'll mention Hot Shots Part 2 first. But first, I really love this movie. Like I like the first one too, but this one, obviously this parody is Rambo for the most part. But yeah, it's back when like parody movies like actually had like proper jokes behind their references, as opposed to just references. But yeah, and it's so dumb. But it's so fucking stupid. But it knows it's stupid. It knows it's stupid. But it's stupid in a way that's not like not kind of like cringy, like whatever insert movie nowadays, movie, extreme movie, date movie, whatever. But yeah, I find it very fun. But Searching is fantastic. It's it's like sort of a revolutionary sort of movie. Like you've seen like Malcolm mentioned Unfriended and stuff. But yeah, well, this is literally just like one last performance, really, and yeah, it's just like fantastic that they would have built so much tension just based on based on like a screen, and but they get so much out of it, and but yeah, like I think he should have. John Cho should have been nominated. Also, it's such a good first movie for Anish Gigante. I think he also should have been in consideration for like best director, because I think it's just a fantastic movie. Deborah Messing is in it, and she's great in it as well. But yeah, look, I'll go Searching.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
This is how it's going to go. First one to die loses. I'm definitely going Hot Shots Part 2. It's one of the best parody movies ever made, hands down. I think it's almost right up there with Naked Gun and things like that. So I love Searching is great. I did see it in the theaters. It's fun. But like, I gotta go Hot Shots. And just a side note, guys, we probably need to pick up the pace just a little bit, because right now we're tracking to be a 4-hour plus show. So we got to pick it up just a little bit. Like we haven't even gotten to the other half of the bracket yet.
Right.
And if we're gonna take 2 hours on each bracket, it's gonna be a 5-hour show. We're just gonna be on the show all the time. So we got to pick up. Let's tighten it up just a little bit. I know we're trying to get our thoughts out on these movies, but we got to tighten it up. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just let me know. All right.
Well, I'll just say though, yeah, Searching really blew me away when I saw it. I mean, like it was just really good. It's a movie that I didn't really expect much from, but John Cho really brought it, like the way that it was done and like written, which is really good. I mean, Hot Shots though is a classic parody. Like all the like Rocky stuff at the beginning, where he's like dipping his hand in like a candy bar instead of glass and all that stuff. Like it's just like pretty good stuff. But But yeah, I think I gotta go with Searching though. Like it was just really good. Like I was really surprised. So yeah, Searching. Papa
So I have not watched either of these movies, but with Hot Shots Part 2, it looks like he is taking Chicken Run and launching it into oblivion.
There you go.
Which is where it belongs. So Hot Shots Part 2 is getting my vote.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Searching it's 4-2 for Searching.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go.
No.
Yeah.
So next we got The Water Boy going up against Clerks 2. So
Ooh, that's tough. Okay.
got a couple comedies.
Jacob.
Yeah. Jacob.
I have not seen Clerks 2. I have seen The Water Boy. I'm not the biggest fan of The Water Boy, actually.
All right.
I've seen Clerks, and I want to see Clerks 2, so I will go with Clerks 2.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie?
Yeah, Clerks is great. It's probably in ways it's a bit different to like the first one where it's sort of more. I think Clerks 1 was sort of relied it was sort of very heavy on the great dialogue, and there was there wasn't like Clerks 2 feels like more of a it's great dialogue. It feels more like a traditional sort of comedy, but it still works. Like the donkey shows, fucking that's crazy scene.
Yeah.
Waterboy is one of the in my opinion like one of the last good movies before Adam Sandler sort of went off the rails a bit and just stopped giving a fuck. But yeah, and it's really quotable. Kathy Bates is really good in this movie. Through the bulk. I think it's still I think it's still it's a great movie, but I will go with Clerks 2.
That sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Clerks 2. I really like the story and kind of where it progresses with Dante and Randall's sort of relationship and like kind of where they end up, at the end of the movie. Like I think it's really fun. I'm looking forward to Clerks 3 and Waterboy. I do enjoy it, but I like the story of Clerks 2, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. Well, now you see, Bobby doesn't have what they like to call the social skills. He doesn't have that. So, yeah, for me, for much I love Clerks because it's actually probably one of my favorite series from Kevin Smith. But I mean, The Waterboy though, like I just remember the movie going experience that I had once out with one of my best friend Doug, who passed away. So it's a really good memory that I have with him. So, and I remember like especially him, for some reason he was laughing so hard he couldn't breathe, so it really got me laughing. And so we're just having a really fun time, and like it's just one of those kind of just quirky off the wall movies that really hit for me. So but this one is tough though, but I think that the Waterboy slightly edges it out for me, so I'll go Waterboy. Papa West?
So View Askew-Universe is one of my blind spots. I never got into it, so I haven't watched most of the movies. The Waterboy is one of my all-time favorite sports comedies. We want to talk about quotable movies. Captain Insano, show no mercy. Once again, Mama wrong. No, you're wrong, Colonel Sanders. It's hilarious, it's quotable, and it's getting my vote.
Yeah, sounds good. Huh. Malcolm?
So use Universe against Papa Rest.
Yes. View Askew-Universe in horror. You will win.
Yep.
But anyway, I've actually not seen Clerks 2 yet. I'll eventually get around to it. I like The Waterboy. The Gatorade Boy would have been a better title, but
yeah,
because everyone knows Gatorade is better.
Gatorade. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so you're voting for Waterboy? I just wanted to be clear. Okay. Yeah. First tie in a while, and the tie is at Jacob Barber this time. So yeah,
I'm gonna stick with Clerks 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Seriously, move on.
I'm not mad about it. Like Clerks 2 is really good. So But yeah, moving on, we got Hot Fuzz going up against The Departed. So.
All right.
Yeah, we got serious action and action comedy. So, who's up first?
Richie.
All right.
All right, this is hard. Okay, The Departed to me, like I was one of my favorite Scorsese. I just think, yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of the best remakes because it remake from Infernal Affairs, which is also really good. Almost made my list. But yeah, probably the best one of the better performances from Mark Wahlberg. It's crazy to think that Mark Wahlberg's the only actor who got nominated for this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. But I don't like Hot Fuzz is out of the Cornetto trilogy. It's my favorite one. Just a parody of action movies. See Die Hard, but yeah, just quotable. Anything that's quotable. And if anyone who's anybody like in sort of the British actors or whatever like that, they show up in this movie. And yeah, it's really fun. It's one of my favorite movies. I think it's in my top 5, or just outside of it. But yeah, so I will go Hot Fuzz, but I won't be mad if Departed gets.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I like The Departed, but Hot Fuzz is in my top 64 as well. I fell in love with this movie the first time I saw it, and I put it on in the background a lot. Like I have watched this movie many times. So yeah, it's my favorite of the Cornettos. I'm going Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, and for me, like I've always been just kind of lukewarm on The Departed. Like I give it like a 6 out of 10 for me. Like it's good, but it doesn't really blow me away. I mean, I do recognize the acting performances though. Like they're really solid. But up against Hot Fuzz, I mean, anytime that you put Simon Pegg and Nick Frost together on screen, like I'm there, I'm sold. Like those two have great chemistry, and like Hot Fuzz, I think it is the best of this trilogy. Like it's really solid, and yeah, I'll go Hot Fuzz. So, Papa West.
Yeah, so this is a tough one for me. I do like both of these films. I will say Hot Fuzz is not my favorite Cornetto trilogy movie, but it's still a great movie. The Departed is another. It's a really fun action movie. It does have one of the scenes where I just like drop my jaw, like, what in the world just happened? And that's whenever the elevator opens and Leonardo DiCaprio gets shot in the face. Like, wait, what? Did that really just happen? Well, it came out in like 2002, so you've had a long time to watch it, Jacob. I am sorry. Still came out a long time ago.
No, I've seen it. It's just people that haven't.
Okay. Well, people watch this who haven't seen it. It came out in the early 2000s. You have no excuse not to watch it.
You had 20 years to watch. Come on.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I do think I would have to give the edge to The Departed.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm?
I'm pretty sure the Departed is a Simpsons episode title, but anyway. I love both these movies, but only one of these movies is Peter Jackson as Santa Claus. I'm going Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. All right, so
Jacob,
the Hot Fuzz. What are the votes? Oh,
Jacob still has to vote.
For some reason I thought that you voted for Departed, but my bad.
I am going to vote for The Departed because I do like it just a smidge more. Hot Fuzz is great. Both of these movies are great, but I like the performances in The Departed better personally, so I'll go with The Departed.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
With that, it's 4-2 for Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Hot Fuzz moving on.
42. All right. So let's see what we got here. So
there's
the end of that side.
Yeah,
so
it's been a long first half. So let's keep the pace up. We got. It's gonna be a long night if we don't keep the pace up here. So yeah. All right.
So we have Two Hands, which is a Heath Ledger movie from like the late 90s, going up against Mallrats. So, and it's Austin
first. Yeah, this is another one that Jordan kind of clued me in on. I tried to find it. It's another one that's not available anywhere online or even on DVD. I don't know where the hell people would watch this. Richie, you must have a DVD over in Australia because
No.
I couldn't find
it. It's on Netflix in Australia. Use a VPN.
It's not Netflix here. It's nowhere here.
Yeah.
Like not even on. There's not even. I barely found a trailer. Like I don't know. So I tried to find some info on this movie. Couldn't do it. I like Mallrats. It's not my favorite Kevin Smith movie, but just because I've seen it, I haven't seen Two Hands. Make it available, people, online, and I'll watch it. But yeah, Mallrats.
Yeah. I did a quick search. I mean, I debated. Sometimes when I have a hard time finding things, I just go to like torrenting to like try to find it there. But like I didn't even have any time to even go there, so I haven't seen it, and I have the feeling that probably most of us have not seen it. So I'm gonna vote Mallrats. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Papa West.
I haven't watched either. Again, Music Universe is one of my blind spots, but I'm just gonna say Stan Lee's in it. I'm pretty sure. That's also him in the bottom corner. And anything with Stan Lee gets my vote.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Right there.
That is not a precedent.
That's good. Malcolm?
So I just did a quick search on the website Just Watch for where you can find it in the United States. Apparently, it's on a streaming service called Hoopla. I've not heard of that.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's a book.
No,
That's a book streaming service.
It's just a lot of hoopla. I think that's like Family Guy reference where they say hoopla. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Listen, Malcolm. I'm subscribed to like 8 different streaming services. It ain't even available on one of those. I'm sorry. I'm probably not gonna find it.
Yes.
In Two Hands. It is what it is.
I mean, I'll just say the advice that people often give me: get a VPN, go to New Zealand Netflix, and watch it.
Oh, Malcolm, Hoopla, I just looked at, is like the library sharing service.
What is that? Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I guess. Okay.
You find it at your local library, right?
Yeah, find it a DVD at your library.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, even though it is available on Netflix for me, I just haven't seen it. Once again, this is one that I've seen pop up a few times. I've been meaning to watch it, but then something else catches my eye, or I need to watch something, or I realize I need to watch something to study. But that being said, I'm not a big fan of Mallrats. I think it's fine. So I'm going to give my vote to Two Hands because it does sound really interesting.
Yeah. Don't tell that to Michael Rooker. Like, we'll send Michael Rooker after you for that. Right? But
a chocolate pretzel.
I'm not afraid of him.
Yeah, right. Jacob?
Well, surprise, surprise. I have not seen Two Hands. I have seen Mallrats, and I quite enjoy it, actually. So I will go with Mallrats.
Yeah. Richie?
So a bit of context for Two Hands. Heath Ledger plays this. He's bouncing at this club, and then like he meets this other guy, and like he offers him to. He tells he gives him his job where he has to look after protect this money from Brian Brown's character, who you might know from a Cocktail or something like that. But Brian Brown's character, he has to protect this money, but then he goes over to. He goes over to give these other people the money, but they're not home. So to fill time, he just goes to the beach and goes in the water. But then while he's in the water, the money gets stolen, and so it just kind of unravels that he gets involved in all this crime. It's not only like, it's awesome and it's pretty funny. That woman in the poster is Rose Byrne. It's one of the early Rose Byrne movies. Yeah, it's a really great movie. I would implore you to check it out. Mallrats is really good, but yeah, I'll give Two Hands similar. So Two Hands.
All right.
Yeah. Well, because of like probably lack of like where to find it here in the U.S., Mallrats.
Yeah.
And also Mallrats is a great movie.
But like a movie especially a movie with Heath Ledger after he passed away, and it's 2021, and it's not available even for rent on like any streaming service. That's a fucking shame. Like honestly, that's a shame. Like it's not even available to rent it or anything. Like I know it's available on Netflix overseas, that's fine. But why is it not available even to rent on like Vudu or Apple or Amazon or like anywhere? Like that's a fucking shame.
Yeah. Can I just say, Netflix, if you have it available in one country, you should have it available in every country.
Well, somebody probably owns the rights to it, and they're like keeping it out of some like people's like hands or like where they can't see it, But
I mean, as we said a little bit on my episode, like when it comes to New Zealand and Australian movies, some of the lesser known movies are probably going to be on some of the lesser known streaming services or library ones, unless it's New Zealand and Australia.
Right. But up next, though, we got Scream going up against John Wick 2.
Okay.
So.
And Jordan, I know you got to take a quick little break real quick. Why don't you give your thoughts real quick as you're first, and then I'll kind of run it from here. So I think I know what you're voting for, but, we'll say it anyways.
Well, it's tough, though, because, like I have a lot of love for the John Wick series. Like some of the movies are in my top 10 movies of all time. But number 2 is the one that I like the least out of the John Wick franchise. Probably John Wick 2. I don't even know if it's in my top 64 where 1 and 3 are. So Scream is my favorite horror movie of all time. I love Scream. Like it's infinitely rewatchable to me. And we used to live in my last apartment. We actually had a little movie theater there, and like we would bring Scream. Like that was one of our like favorite things to go watch in the little movie theater that we had. So that was always fun. But I'm gonna vote Scream. So and I'll be right back.
Okay, Papa West, Scream or John Wick 2?
I really love what Scream did, where it heavily featured Drew Barrymore. I mean, you see her in the poster, you see her name on there, and she dies within the first 10, 15 minutes. It's like one of the first time that's ever happened. Really surprising. But John Wick 2 is just amazing action. Usually with me, like if you're a fun action movie, you're going to get my vote. And John Wick 2 is that exact thing. It is fun, nonstop action.
All right, Malcolm.
John Wick 2 is actually my least favorite of the John Wick series. I mean, all of them are good movies. I just like John Wick 2 less. But the first Scream is amazing, and that's getting my vote.
All right, Mr. Barber.
Yeah, Scream is a very smart movie. I really do enjoy it. I enjoy both of these. I'm more of an action guy than a horror guy, though, so I will go with John Wick 2.
All right, Richie.
Yeah, I really like John Wick 2. It's probably I'll pick my curtain here. I probably it's probably one of my favorite ones because I haven't seen the third one yet. But John Wick 2 is it takes what the first one did and it just turns out to 11. The action is amazing. I just love how the Keanu Reeves just sort of reinvented himself, and he's got such a great like screen presence. That being said, though, Scream is my number one. I'll be on, and I'm not going to let I'm not going to not vote for number one. Scream.
Yeah. Austin.
I usually would vote for the horror movie, but this time I'm going to go John Wick 2 because John Wick 2 has Franco Nero, the original Django, as the Italian continental guy who runs the place. And I fucking love the original Django. So, yeah, I love Franco Nero. Big fan of the Westerns. So I'm going to give it to John Wick and give it a tie and put it on Richie to make the decision.
Again, I can't have my number one not make it through. So
Scream. All right, fair enough.
That's good that you had the chance to save your number one, unlike some of us did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was close. If you wouldn't have the tiebreaker, it might not have gone through.
Yeah.
Eliminated in the first round. Yeah, very close.
But next we got True Lies going up against Nightcrawler. Okay?
Nightcrawler. Ooh, interesting match. All right. Yeah, Papa West.
In the Christmas episode, we talked about Christmas with the Cranks, and the best only good thing about it was Jamie Lee Curtis in a bikini. One of these two movies has Jamie Lee Curtis stripping in her underwear. Very awkward scene, but still very amazing. And that happens to be the movie that's getting my vote, True Lies.
Yeah.
Why is it awkward? She's doing it for her husband.
Yeah.
She doesn't know it's
awkward.
her husband.
And
she's in heels.
Like,
it's
her
weird.
husband. And
she's in heels. She's not enjoying it. You can see it in her face.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, you got?
I mean, I don't think I've seen. I know I've not seen True Lies. I don't think I've seen Nightcrawler. But just for the sake, but if True Lies has Jamie Lee Curtis stripping, I'm gonna go with True Lies.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
You can definitely find that scene online. Unlike Two Hands, you can find Jamie Lee Curtis doing a striptease in True Lies.
Yep. yeah, right.
Jacob?
Yeah, I think you'd remember if you've seen Nightcrawler. It's one of those movies that sticks with you.
Yeah.
I
Creepy
think
Jake Gyllenhaal? Yeah.
He gives such a great performance in this movie. Man, is he creepy. And the whole movie is just fantastic. I have not seen True Lies yet, so I will give my vote to Nightcrawler.
Sure, yeah. Richie?
Yeah, the fact Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't nominated for this movie is fucking criminal. He becomes his character. It's just so unnerving and creepy, and it's just a fantastic performance. And then this movie that makes you maybe look at the news a bit differently and how they get those how do they get those shots? But yeah, it's he just becomes obsessed with this his job. And then it's Rene Russo is really good in it. Riz Ahmed is really good in it. But that being said, True Lies is one of my favorite action movies. The thing is, it's got the right amount of cheese to the right amount of action, and Jamie Lee Curtis is great. The chemistry between him and Tom Arnold is really good. So I will say True Lies.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Two Bill Paxton movies, by the way, because people forget Nightcrawler has Bill Paxton. True Lies has Bill Paxton. And here's my quick mini rant of the day, Richie, about True Lies. Can James Cameron get his hat out of his ass and get Blu-rays and remasters of fucking True Lies and The Abyss and quit fucking around? Because they're literally both just to quit worrying about all these goddamn Avatar sequels and go back and put all your fucking movies out on Blu-ray or 4K or something. Because literally he has some deal where they can't come out on Blu-ray or 4K until he approves the remaster or does it himself or whatever. That's why these movies are just on fucking DVD. Get this. Fucking two of your biggest movies are only on DVD. That's a shame to your own movies, dude. Put your movies out there. That's stupid. Anyways, mini rant of the day, but I'll still go for True Lies despite that. This is because I have an HD copy I actually got online from some TV thing where they showed it in HD, and I got a fake Blu-ray. So yeah. But yeah, put that shit up.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like True Lies for all the Arnold one-liners more at the end, you're fired kind of thing, and shoots the guy off on the missile and stuff, and it's a fun movie, but does the quintessential stereotype Middle Eastern kind of terrorist guys that he's going after, but I mean, Nightcrawler, which is really, really good. I was really blown away when I saw it. On paper, I just kind of think the movie kind of sounds kind of boring, but then I watch it and holy crap, is Jake Gyllenhaal creepy? And then you have him kind of playing off of Rene Russo's character, so that's really fun. And you see a couple other faces like Riz Ahmed pop up, and then Bill Paxton, we already mentioned. And so yeah, it's a really, really solid. It's a movie that's just sometimes I just see these movies that are just so compelling, you can't take your eyes off the screen, and this is definitely one of them. So I think I'm gonna go with Nightcrawler here. So,
all right, most of them love Nightcrawler, but True Lies is gonna move on 4-2. So yeah,
True Lies it is. Yeah, it's a classic, so I'm not mad about it.
It'd be more of a classic if it was out on 4K and had a fucking remaster. It was on standard definition DVD. Yeah.
But we got Scott Pilgrim versus the World going up against Toy Story 2. So,
Malcolm.
Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, Toy Story 2 is my least favorite of the Toy Story franchise. But I really love Scott Pilgrim vs. World. It's a good sort of parody of video games and all that. So I'm going to go Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob?
Man, I love both these movies. I think just for the fact that we've already got 2 Pixar movies in the second round, I'll show some love to Scott Pilgrim and give it a vote.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I think Toy Story 2, like, I think the problem is Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 3 later are so great that Toy Story 2 is really good too, but just because it might be a step below them, it just becomes a bit underrated. And Toy Story 2 is great. It's where you introduce Jesse, I think it's fantastic. Scott Pilgrim vs. World, like I love it as well. Despite I feel like this community especially talks about it way too much, but that's so good. I'm probably feeding into that issue by putting it on my list. But I do love this movie, and I just love the quirkiness of it. And but you know what? I will give love to Toy Story 2.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I also think Toy Story 2 is really underrated. It's my favorite of the series. I just think it's the funniest, and it's got some of the best stuff in it. And to me personally, I think Scott Pilgrim's a little overrated. I don't like the movie as much as a lot of other people. I think it's probably my least favorite Edgar Wright movie, honestly. I think it goes on way too fucking long. Like, it really drags near the end when they're getting up to, like, boyfriend number 5, 6, 7. Like, I think it just takes way too long to get there, just to me personally. But I'll just say Toy Story 2.
Yeah, for me, like, Toy Story 2 is probably my least favorite of the franchise also, but I mean, that's not taking anything away from it. I mean, there's not really a real bad Toy Story movie in the Toy Story trilogy. I mean, I'm not saying anything about Toy Story 4, because to me it was a movie that was made. I'll just say that. I won't say it's good or bad, but Scott Pilgrim though, like I had a lot of fun with this. Like I love the whole video game style. I just love all the quirkiness to it, and also when this movie was coming out, when it was announced, one of my friends had all the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels, so I borrowed a bunch of them from her, and then I read a whole bunch of them, and they're really, really good. The graphic novels are even better than the movie. So I mean, but yeah. I'm a big Scott Pilgrim fan. I'll vote Scott Pilgrim. Papa West?
Richie and Austin, you hit the nail on the head. This community, the whole family community, puts Scott Pilgrim versus the World on such a high pedestal, and it makes it very overrated. Scott's a jerk, let's be honest. He's dating a high schooler and at first, and then leaves her just for no good reason.
Knives is so cute and like it takes him so much, and she gets treated like absolute garbage in this movie for no reason.
Yeah,
like
it's
for no
so
reason.
bad.
She's great. Yeah,
but then if you're talking to a girl and she's like, before we can date, you have to fight my 7 evil exes.
Yeah,
like,
fuck you.
I understand baggage. That's too much baggage. That is too much. Toy Story 2. I will agree. It's not the best Toy Story film. I think it's the second best. I think it's better than 3 and 4. I love Al's Toy Barn. I love Al as a character. Just they're not toys; they're collectibles, and he has to have every single one. So because I can actually tolerate the characters in the movie, I'm going to go with Toy Story 2.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim puts that pussy on a pedestal like in 40-year version. You just don't do that. I'm sorry. It's too much. like you got to go through all that shit. Fuck that. Sorry, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You ain't worth it.
Well, Scott Pilgrim was like too much like me in high school though. Like I was into video games. Like I had a guitar. I couldn't play it very well, but I had one. And then I was a massive player too. Like I'd be dating one girl and I'd be like, "Oh, I found this other girl that I like better. See you later. I don't care about you anymore." And I just move on, you know. So yeah.
Papa, I'm sorry.
And Jordan,
you voted for Toy Story, right? Or is that
I voted for Toy Story 2.
Okay,
Jordan, I now understand why you're single.
Yeah,
Makes so much sense.
It probably makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Well, we have a tie. We have a tie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tie, 3-3, and it goes to me. And Scott Pilgrim is still overrated, so Toy Story 2 is going to win.
All right.
You haven't changed your mind within 5 minutes?
No, I didn't
Has it
change my mind.
changed? Okay.
Sorry, no, I haven't changed.
Well, fair enough. We'll see how far each Toy Story movie makes it in this thing. But
all 4 of them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
But next we have
the original Clerks. All right.
The original one going up against Toy Story. There we go.
I was just kidding.
They're all there.
It's going to be all Kevin Smith movies versus all Toy Story movies, and it's going to be a big battle royale of the franchise.
Yeah, right. Well,
all right. Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob.
You know what? I forget what I just said about too many Pixar movies in the second round. I kind of want to see all 3 Toy Story movies in the second round now.
Just totally abandon all logic and reason.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
And I just like it better.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I think Clerks is a great like Hollywood success story. It got Kevin Smith who didn't he wanted to make this film on such a low budget, and it just builds up this and it has just great dialogue and develops these great characters and and it's I really enjoy it. But like Toy Story 3 really got me. Especially especially like a third in the franchise usually the quality wanes a bit. But no, like especially when you think they're about to be incinerated, like I cried in the theater.
Whichever time.
I will go Toy Story 3, but I won't be mad at Clerks next.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you got?
My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks in a row.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with the original Clerks because I just voted for a Toy Story movie. So Toy Story 3 is probably it's not. Toy Story 4 is probably my least favorite, but I like Toy Story 3, but like I said, 2 is my favorite, so I'll vote for Clerks.
Yeah. This one's tough for me because I really like both of these movies. Like I probably like Clerks 2 a little better, but like the original Clerks just like brings me back to like a time of the 90s with the video rental stores and like the way the old gas station was and like all that stuff. Like it's just very 90s nostalgia. But like Toy Story 3 though is my favorite of the franchise. So I mean, if we're gonna have 2 already, let's just have them all. Let's just put them all through. So and also like there's not much that we can say about Toy Story that we haven't already said on like multiple episodes of tournament fights, like the scene at the end where Andy has to give away all his toys, just makes me cry every time. So yeah, Toy Story 3, I'll vote for that. Papa West.
The Viewers universe is a blind spot.
Well, you didn't watch all of them in like the last 10 minutes? No? Okay.
Yeah, no, I have not yet. I've done some Wikipedia searches. I have to write a match with Jake Tato, and he picked Viewers Universe, so really hoping someone writes those questions for me. That being said, Toy Story 3 is the 4th best Toy Story movie. But just like Barber, I want to see them. I want to see them all. I want to see all Pixar. Toy Story 3.
I mean, being the 4th best Toy Story movie,
yeah, it was like
not a bad thing at all.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing. That's very true.
Yeah, Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, Toy Story 3 is flip-flopping with Toy Story 4 is my favorite of the franchise. Quite often it depends on the day. I mean, I think 4 is a perfect ending because like it's about the toys and not about the person who owns the toys. But that being said, I like Clerks enough, but I'm going to go against my better judgment and go Toy Story 3.
Sure, yeah. So we had
all right, Toy Story 3 is moving on. Yep.
Yeah.
Look, if you're hoping for Toy Story 4, Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
You started to disappoint.
Was it number 65?
Yeah. Just missed the cut. Shucks. Yeah, right. But moving on, we got the original John Wick up against Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. So
another one that's come up a couple times. Yeah.
Two characters wielding a gun. So let's see.
Yeah. I'm up first. I'm definitely going John Wick on this one. I like Austin Powers too a lot, but John Wick just brought Keanu Reeves back and has put him right back at the top of the A-list celebrities, and I'm always appreciative for that. In fact, that he was able to kind of reinvent himself again, and in a really good movie and a good franchise that I look forward to every installment. So yeah, John Wick.
Yeah, and the John Wick franchise, I have so much love for this. Like, I actually have a shirt coming in the mail that has every single Keanu Reeves character on it, because I'm a huge Keanu Reeves fan too. He's one of my favorite actors. So maybe we'll get around to doing a Keanu Reeves maybe tier ranker possibly, because I don't know if he has 64 movies for a tournament, but for a tier ranker maybe. But I mean, but Austin Powers though, that's my favorite. Well, the Spy Who Shagged Me is the favorite of the franchise for me, but I mean, for me, you just can't beat Keanu Reeves as John Wick. Like, and I remember when the movie came out too. Like, the first trailer, like came out like a month before it was supposed to be released, and there wasn't very much information about this movie. I remember just being like pretty surprised when I saw the trailers for it. I'm like, what is this movie? Like, this looks freaking awesome, and it was freaking awesome. So I'm gonna vote for John Wick. Papa West?
Yeah, so I grew up with the Austin Powers series. I prefer International Man of Mystery. John Wick, this is a series that I just watched 2 years ago, I think, for the first time, for debate reasons. And they're a group of. It's one reason why I really love debates, because you watch movies that you never intended to watch before, and you fall in love with them. I've only seen the first two John Wick movies, and I love both of them. So I think it's better than The Spy Who Shagged Me. So I'm going with John Wick.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm?
Yeah, I mean, I love both of these movies, but I'm easily going to go Spy Who Shagged Me. Spy Who Shagged Me was in my top 64, so yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the movie that brought Keanu Reeves back. I'm gonna go with John Wick.
Yep.
I love the action in it. So
yeah.
The Spy Who Shagged Me is my favorite Austin Powers movie. Wasn't like, and I didn't know, I didn't think I would enjoy it like when I first in the first few minutes, because like I thought, making Liz Hurley into like a and like just revealing that she's like a kind of robot kind of undid some of the movie original movie for me, but like when Heather Grant comes in,
a fembot,
forget about that. You immediately forget about that. You're like, oh no, she's great, and I was of that age where Heather Graham got me through some tough times. No,
nice.
Yeah, no, the Spy Who Shagged Me doesn't even do much different to the International Man of Mystery. But yeah, I just some of the jokes hit better. But that being said, John Wick's one of it's just a huge surprise. Yeah, it brought Keanu Reeves back. It's a fantastic action movie. And I think it's sort of like the model that other action movies use now, but John Wick will always be the better one, the best. So yeah, John Wick for me.
I just love Mike Myers' energy when he's like, "Do I make you Randy, baby? Do I?" Just like the way that he's just so like enthusiastic about it. Yeah, but.
And by the way, Jordan, he has almost 70 movies if you include his smaller roles and cameos. So yeah, he technically does. Yeah, so you could, really? But you have to include all these little small cameo roles or real small roles. But yeah,
if you take out the cameos, I think you'll have at least 64.
At least, it's very close, very very close.
And wait until after Christmas, because you can add one.
Yeah,
then you can
right, true, yeah. Add one more to it. But did you vote Austin? I forget.
Yeah. It's John Wick.
Okay. All right, John Wick it is. So, all right. So up next we got Billy Madison up against The Gift. So,
all right, Jordan.
Well, I gotta go back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. So yeah, Billy Madison is probably my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Honestly, like I love Billy Madison. Like it's probably the movie that like got me memorizing quotes from like movies and like really quoting them a lot. And then like going back and watching older movies and quoting those. Like I do it all the time. I'm kind of known for that in my family of like just doing that and like throwing them into everyday conversations too, just out of nowhere, and like see if people can actually understand the reference. But The Gift though was a really great movie. Also like really creepy, just great performances from Joel Edgerton, Jason Bateman. So, but I mean, it's Billy Madison for me, like pretty easily here. So, Papa West.
I have not seen The Gift. I don't know anything about it. Billy Madison, super quotable. Today, Junior.
Junior
is probably one of my most used gifts. That and that
With
you
someone
get
with a stutter,
nothing.
I get that one a lot.
Yes, and I unfortunately say it to a lot of people. You see this milk? We can share this milk.
Yeah.
So it's quotable. It's hilarious. So I'm going with Billy Madison.
Yeah. Well, Malcolm, I know you're not probably as high on this one, but what do you think?
Before I give my vote, just a quick sidetrack. My list on Letterboxd of Keanu Reeves movies doesn't have his cameos and documentaries, and he will have 64 exactly after the Matrix Revolutions.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so
Resurrections. Yeah.
You could do it. Yeah.
So you can do a tournament fight. But
yeah.
That being said, I don't like Billy Madison. It's one of my least favorite Adam Sandler movies. Although I do think it's better than some of his crap, like the Ridiculous Six and Pixels and stuff like that. My vote's easily going to go The Gift. I think The Gift is really underrated. And yeah, Gift is great. And for anyone out there, it's the 2015 Gift and 2015 Gift, not the 2001.
I literally put in the
Keanu.
list. In the list, when I did the list, I literally put in brackets 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not the one where Katie Holmes shows her boobs, which I only know because of Harold and Kumar. Well, Harold and Kumar, the neighbors, are like, we're gonna watch The Gift, and Katie Holmes is gonna show her tits.
Yeah. Jacob? Well, Jacob, what do you got?
I also am not a big fan of Billy Madison. I don't like it. Even though I haven't seen The Gift, I'm going to give it my vote.
Sure, yeah. Austin?
Richie.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Richie. Yeah.
Right over his head. No, like I like Billy Madison. It's silly, but it's I think it works. Yeah, a great side character. R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. I think he's really good in this one. Like the Gift though is very underrated. Because about this guy who sort of comes into this couple's life, and then the Jason Bateman's character used to bully Joel's character Gordo, and then this as it unravels, you realize that Jason Bateman's a huge dick, but you don't know whether it's hard to know whether it's because some of the stuff that Gordo does is very inappropriate. So it's like you just were wondering what side you want to be on. But yeah, like Jason Bateman's fantastic in this movie. Joel Edgerton's fantastic. Rebecca Hall's fantastic. I'd implore people to watch The Gift. I would say The Gift.
Yeah. Austin.
Well, I did see The Gift in theaters. I got just about everything I needed to get out of The Gift the first time, which is why I've never really gone back to it. It was good, but I kind of got it as opposed to, well, if you stay home from school, you can help me shave my armpits. Oh, God, I'll go to school. So, yeah, I mean, Billy Madison is fucking endlessly quotable, and it's great. And, yeah, so I'll go with Billy Madison. But with that, we have another tie, and it goes to Jordan for the tiebreaker.
Ooh, yeah. This one's pretty easy for Billy Madison for me. I gotta vote in Billy Madison because it seems like every time that it's on here, it never gets through. So I gotta put it through.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because
yeah,
a bunch of bummer people like Malcolm and Jacob, just
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not cool kids. Only cool kids pee their pants.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I'm not gonna rag on it like some people do with other movies they don't like.
Yeah, but with the constantly drunk Norm Macdonald too.
Yeah, Billy, I just thought of the coolest thing.
Yeah, the coolest
Hey,
thing.
where's Billy? Where's Billy?
Yeah.
He's at school, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, I think Billy's girlfriend over there playing water polo or something.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
maybe they're playing Marco Polo. Polo, jeez, it was a great game.
This is why we're running along, guys.
Yeah.
All you do is hang out with these drunk losers. What the hell is she talking about?
Yeah. What the hell is she talking about? I think we're driving Malcolm crazy here, so we'll move to the next one. So the next matchup, we got the World's End to going up against the Wrestler.
All right, Papa.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm really intrigued to see if the third movie in this trilogy is in here. It's better. I do really like The World's End. I find it very underrated because a lot of people say it doesn't live up to the hype of the other two in the Cornetto trilogy. And then The Wrestler is another great movie. Mickey Rourke gives a great performance in this. Is it Jessica Chastain?
It's
Maria Tomei.
Jennifer, yes.
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei is in it.
Marissa Tomei.
Like squinting to read the
Yes.
poster. Like, what does it say?
I can't read that small.
No.
Yeah, I'm not reading that small. So this is a very tough one. I do want to give it to The World's End though. I like it just a little bit more, and I feel it's underrated. I feel not a lot of people are talking about it like they should.
Yeah. Sounds good. Malcolm? What do you think?
Evan Rachel Wood's also in this movie. But yeah, I mean, talk about underrated. I think The Wrestler is actually really underrated. It doesn't get talked about a lot as well. I think The World's End gets talked about enough because, especially once again in the family community, there's so many people that has the big debates on either which of the three Cornetto trilogy movies is the better one. I think Hot Fuzz. Personally, I think the Hot Fuzz is. I like The World's End, but I'm going to give my vote to The Wrestler because it's underrated.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jacob?
Yeah, I love The Wrestler. I think Mickey Rourke gives a fantastic performance. I think the ending is fantastic. I have not seen The World's End yet. I have it. I'm excited to see it. I just haven't popped it in yet because there's always something else like, I'm going to watch this instead. But
yeah,
I will give my vote to The Wrestler. I've seen it at least a dozen times.
Nice. Richie?
Yeah, World's End's kind of like Toy Story when that's it's probably the less of the three for me as well. Like the less of a trilogy, but that still says a lot about how good the trilogy is because The World's End's still really really fucking good. And great lines. But however, it's going up. The Wrestler. I'll flip up between this and Stream being my number one. The Wrestler is fantastic. It's a fantastic, and about this, wrestler guy keeps fucking up and wanting sort of redemption. And I think Mickey Rourke's a great. This is the perfect casting for this, because he's also going through his bit of turmoil trying to get back, get back in the limelight. Initially, Nicolas Cage was cast in this movie. I don't think it would have worked as well. I don't know. I just there's something about Mickey Rourke's performance that just elevates this movie. This is Darren Aronofsky's best movie. And I don't think people talk about it as enough. But yeah, the Wrestler for me.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
I will vote for the wrestler simply for the fact that the wrestler in the movie, the Necro Butcher, who he has the death match with, he has awesome bombed me over the ropes down to the floor through a table in a real match back in 2009, where I repped Necro Butcher and Madman Pondo versus the Briscoe brothers, and he did that to me, and we became very good friends after that. So yeah, his name's Dylan. He's a great guy.
Nice.
So I can feel free to. I will post the video in the group chat afterwards if you like to see it. But that's me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll vote for the wrestler because Necro Butcher's a friend of mine.
Nice.
That's probably the best reason anyone's voted for a movie.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Because I'm friends with somebody in the movie. Yes, that's correct.
In the movie, yeah,
legit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the World's End. We'll agree that it's very underrated. Like, unlike the movie that like didn't really like introduce me to Martin Freeman, but it like reminded me that he's an actor and he's actually really, really good. So yeah, so it was fun seeing him in that. But the wrestler, it's just like one of the not only one of the best performances from Mickey Rourke's career, like one of the best performances I've almost ever seen from anybody. Like it's just like so good, so powerful and yeah, like I wish we could get more Mickey Rourke doing these kind of performances, but I mean, sadly, he's just like known to be really hard to work with, and I don't know, like how the director got that out of him, but he did. So I'll vote for the wrestler. So the wrestler moves on.
All right.
Let's see, and then except all right. So there it is. Got Shaun of the Dead.
There you go, Jacob.
Yeah.
There you go, Papa.
I've got South Park, bigger, longer, uncut. So, is it Malcolm first?
It is Malcolm first. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? Might be muted.
Mm-hmm.
Shaun of the Dead. I've said enough about the other movie. For people to know my opinions on that.
Yeah.
So you like it? Or?
Yeah. He loves it. It's his favorite movie. Yeah.
I haven't heard you say one thing about it today, so
it came up on Brian Nussbaum's top 64, so I think he said enough about that on that one. Yeah. Jacob.
That required me to watch
like
that
it.
episode.
Does not care for that movie.
Yeah, this is probably the easiest vote so far for me. I'm gonna go with Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's also my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy, even though I haven't.
I'm gonna vote for Shaun of the Dead, but I'm gonna give Love to Star Puppy Lauren. I don't think it is a good movie, but especially at the time about like censorship and all that. And it's sort of as a kid I wasn't allowed to watch this, and then my mum went and watched it. So I was like, you're not watching this, and then she wouldn't let me like even buy the soundtrack. So when I eventually I think she relented when it came out on DVD and rented it for me, and I loved it. I can definitely understand why she didn't want me to watch it, but I think it's very clever. It's a great musical. But yes, Shaun of the Dead is it's fantastic, endlessly quotable. But I'd go Shaun of the Dead, but South Park's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead by like a mile from me. I like it, and I'm not a fan of the South Park movie. I don't like the fact that it's a musical, and I don't think it's a very good one at that, just personally. It kind of annoys me. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Shaun of the Dead. It has nothing to do with South Park. I like South Park, the show. I don't like this movie for whatever reason. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way, too. Like, they had a good concept, but then they went and made it a musical, and I'm just not a big fan of musicals. And like for me, like there's like certain episodes of South Park that I love, and certain episodes that I hate. And my favorite ones are always when they do like some kind of parody or like some really topical, like for the time, like the pandemic special, or like when they like parody things like the Lord of the Rings one, or like some of those ones are. Like really strong episodes, but yeah, I don't really care for the movie, but I love Shaun of the Dead. It's my second favorite of the trilogy, but it's like my second favorite by like a fraction of a hair because it's like really, really good. So I'll go Shaun of the Dead. Papa West.
I love South Park, the TV show, and some of the video games. I don't think I've ever watched any of the South Park movies, though. And Shaun of the Dead is my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. It also has the best use of the song "Don't Stop Me Now" in any movie.
Oh, yeah.
Shaun of the Dead. Yep, it's getting the vote.
Great scene. Yep. Well, I think Shaun of the Dead it is.
Yep.
Pretty easily.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so then we got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure going up against Wag the Dog. So,
Mhm.
yeah, so was it Jacob?
Jacob.
First? Yeah.
I Wag the Dog sounds familiar, like, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. I love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I just watched it for the first time earlier this year, actually, and
Nice.
yeah, no, absolutely loved it. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are fantastic in it. As are the rest of the cast. I think it's just wonderful, and it's a fun time. So I'll go with Bill and Ted.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie?
So yeah, just to give you a bit of context, Wag the Dog is about like they manufacture like a war in Albania just to cover up the fact that like the president's involved in a sex scandal. But yeah, it's just and it's really good like insight and great about how the PR how the PR works with like in regards to the president and stuff like that. That being said, it was probably the lower ones on my list, but yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, it's really fun, really done fun. Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves had great chemistry, so yeah, I'd vote for Bill and Ted.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
I'm gonna vote for Wag the Dog because Wag the Dog's fucking brilliant, and I hadn't remembered it until I went back to it about 2 years ago, and it's one of those hidden gems of the '90s that's awesome. And yeah, if the plot kind of sounds familiar, it's because the real Bill Clinton stuff happened like 6 months later after this movie came out, where he had a sex scandal and then kind of started a Middle East war to sort of try to cover up for it. Yeah, because it's kind of what happens in Wag the Dog, and a lot of people it kind of got intriguing. So, but Dustin Hoffman's great as his movie producer, and De Niro's great as kind of the fixer, cause sort of like the wolf in Pulp Fiction. He's kind of like the political fixer, and yeah, like the movie. If you haven't seen it, like it's great. It's like a hidden gem from the '90s. So yeah, I'll vote for Wag the Dog.
Yeah, well, I've never seen Wag the Dog, and honestly, I forgot there was a movie that even existed until I saw Richie's list, and I was like, oh yeah, like there's a movie that like I remember the like trailers when they came out back in the '90s, and I was like probably too young to understand how brilliant it actually was. So I never got around to watching it, but now I want to go back to see it though, like, for sure. But yeah, but like Bill and Ted though, like it just is like so much fun, and like I just wish we could just follow the mantra of Bill and Ted to just be excellent to each other. If we could all do that, like the world would be an amazing place. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Bill and Ted. Papa West.
Yeah, before 5 minutes ago, I had no idea what Wag the Dog was. Richie did not really sell it on me. Austin was starting to. So
I'll tell you this.
I'll
say this. Do you like Argo? Do any of you like Argo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar to Argo, like 15 years before Argo. It's got a very kind of similar feel with like the political stuff and like doing like a fake movie war type thing, like to cover for something else. It's like a 90s version of Argo. So I will sell it to you like that. If you like Argo, go watch Wag the Dog.
I'm still intrigued, and it's going to go on that list of stuff that I say I will watch that I probably never will get to, but I will think about it. But that being said, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is fantastic. Of course, we were just talking about Keanu Reeves. George Carlin is also very good in this film as Rufus. So yeah, I got to give it to Bill and Ted.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, this will actually be my last match because I've got to go.
But this is easily Bill & Ted's Excellent Adventure for me. I've not seen Raging Dog, so I don't know much about it. But yeah, and you can find me over on Tape 3, when I host Rankum and all that. We're doing top 12 Schmodown matches of John Roker's. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice. Send them off in style. Yep.
Hey, you don't finish, you don't get to plug.
Yeah. Right. No. He's been doing it long enough. We let him plug, even if he leaves early. So, but thanks, Malcolm.
Hey, we had a Christmas Tiebreaker fights where our 3 original guests, none of them made it to the end, and we all let them plug. So you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
We had a whole different panel by the end of it.
Yep. Right. But yeah. So I believe that it's Bill and Ted, right? Or did everyone get a say?
Yeah. Everybody got a say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But Wag the Dog's fucking great. Go watch it. It's
It is great. It is good. I can tell probably it is fucking good. I just she put it in front of me. I'd watch film.
It's added it to my blind spots list that I got going. So it's on there now. But up next, we got Mrs. Doubtfire going up against Prisoners. All right.
All right, Richie.
I think Mrs. Doubtfire, one of Robin Williams' better performances. I love his performance. I think it's really charming. I also, I think even I brought it up at one point too, but I like the fact that like the easiest sort of thing you could do is like, oh, they get back together. But no, some people, sometimes people aren't meant to be together, and it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So yeah, and it's just fantastic. The comedy in this is great. It's just a really charming movie. So I love it. It's Doubtfire. Prisoners. Very kind of like the opposite, where it's like obviously very dark movie, but like I think it's just Hugh Jackman's best, one of Hugh Jackman's best performances, maybe outside of Logan. But yeah, it's like he you feel his pain when he like looking for his daughters, and so just like the lengths he goes to, like, oh, and and the ending is. The ending is just it hits you. So look, I'm gonna go Prisoners.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Prisoners. I'm a fan of early Denis Villeneuve before he was kind of up his own ass, like Prisoners, Sicario, making kind of more simple, just straightforward stories. I don't like where he's gone with his career. It's disheartening. But yeah, I'll vote for Prisoners because it was back when I really liked him.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth, Austin. Like it's back when I really liked him. I don't really like really anything that he's done since Sicario, and also that Sicario was just maybe like a 6 out of 10 for me too. I didn't even.
Oh, Sicario is one of my favorites. Like that was his last great one to me. Like before he kind of went off the deep end. I fucking love.
The only thing
Sicario.
I really like is all the cinematography. Like it has amazing cinematography. I'll say that.
The score.
But yeah, true. But Mr. Doubtfire though, he's just like for me like the perfect definition of an average movie to me. Like it's a perfect 5 out of 10. Like I don't love it, I don't hate it. It's just kind of like a movie that, like, if it comes on TV, like I'll probably watch it, or if I'm with a group of people, they say, you want to watch Mrs. Doubtfire? Sure, yeah, why not? Let's watch it. But like Prisoners, it was an incredible movie. Like it's just so gripping from the beginning to end. Just like kind of like what Richie kind of already said, like the lengths that he goes to try to find his daughter, and then also Paul Dano in this is really, really great too, and even Jake Gyllenhaal as the police officer. So yeah, I'll go Prisoners. Papa West.
Yeah. So I love Robin Williams. Fun fact: he died the day I got married to my ex-wife. So it should have been right then and there that I realized that marriage wasn't going to work. But I didn't realize it then and there.
Right.
That being said, I'm not a huge fan of Mrs. Doubtfire. I do like his performance, but I'm not a huge fan of the movie all around. It's pretty weird, in my opinion. Prisoners, it's one I haven't seen, but I've been wanting to see it for a while. It's been on my list of must watch for a while. And so I'm gonna give it to Prisoners.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob?
I think we have our first clean sweep in a while because I'm also going to go with Prisoners. I like Mrs. Doubtfire, but it's not one of the Robin Williams movies I go back to as often. And Prisoners is also in my top 64, so of course I'm going to give it a vote.
Mm-hmm. Prisoners it is. Clean sweep. All right. Yeah. I'm sure that if we had Malcolm here, he'd vote Mrs. Doubtfire, but he's not here. So. Yeah.
He left just in time.
Yep. But up next, we got Pulp Fiction going up against Rear Window. So,
all right. Okay.
So, who's first?
Yes, I'm up first.
All right.
I really like Rear Window. I've only seen it like twice though, so I'm still kind of warming to it over time. It's not one of my top Hitchcock ones, but it's really good. But Pulp Fiction I've probably seen 20, 30 times. Like Pulp Fiction's great, so yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. I've seen each of these movies one time. One I thought was really good, and one I thought was like almost a near masterpiece as far as like filmmaking goes. So that's Pulp Fiction. Like Pulp Fiction is probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, and like I just watched it for the first time earlier this year, and it just blew me away. Just the like writing, the dialogue, the acting, the music, just like the camera work, everything. Like it was like all on a point. And even the way that they kind of do the stories a little out of order, kind of gets you kind of thinking, trying to piece things together. So, and like there's some pretty shocking things which I actually like in this. So yeah, I gotta go Pulp Fiction. Papa West.
So I have not watched Rear Window, but I did watch Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. And I really enjoyed it. And then I heard that it was based off of Rear Window, and I'm like, ooh, I should watch this film one of these days. Have not watched it. Pulp Fiction is one of my top 5 favorite movies. It's one of those where I have like 3 that I keep going back and forth between which one's my favorite. Pulp Fiction is up there. It's never made me. It's like the first movie to ever make me want to actually quote Bible verses. With that passage from Ezekiel. So I'm going to go with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah. Pulp Fiction is one of those movies that no matter how many times it comes up on one of these lists, it deserves to get out of the first round.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few it could go up against that, maybe, but this isn't one of those matchups. Rear Window is good. It's great, actually. But Pulp Fiction is like, it's a near perfect movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction would literally have to go up against like The Godfather or something to like get beat. I don't know what movies would really beat it, but yeah.
It's usually makes it pretty far most of these tournaments. Yeah, until it comes up against something more favorited. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I came to both these movies pretty late. Like I made a joke because I watched Rear Window. Like I think it was like the maybe the day or the day after like it was announced that week like where I live, the state, we're going into lockdown. So I'm like, a guy I'm gonna watch a movie about a guy who's confined to a wheelchair.
Watching other people
who can't leave his house. So that's very apt. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really, I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, Pulp Fiction, I came to it late as well. I think it was one of the first movies I saw when the theaters reopened because they were showing old movies. And yeah, this is just fantastic. Everything about it was just just great. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. So yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Well, and Rear Window will probably come up when we do a tournament fight, probably in a month or two, about movies that take place in one location because it pretty much all takes place in his living room there. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the more positive things about the pandemic is when they started showing old movies in theaters that you normally wouldn't get to see. Like I got to see quite a few movies on the big screen that I never thought I would. So yeah, but Pulp Fiction it is. So next we got Tucker and Dale versus Evil going up against Paths of Glory.
Okay. Ooh, that's tough. Oh fuck.
Yeah, tough one. So
Jordan
first. Me? Well, for me, it's actually easy because I've never seen Path of Glory, because I have like probably like 100 times more blind spots for movies that are pre 1970, but I definitely want to see it though. Like Kirk Douglas is the great actor from that time, but I got to go with Tucker and Dale. I've actually met Alan Tudyk, and I think he's freaking awesome to meet in person. Probably one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met before. And yeah, like, and also Tyler Labine is a very underrated actor, so I think he should be in a lot more things. So I'll go Tucker and Dale. Papa West.
This is a pretty tough one. Because anything Kubrick does is a masterpiece just immediately. Paths of Glory is definitely one of the best war films out there. But Tucker and Dale versus Evil, it's just such a memorable movie. Like every single death scene, just all these teenagers mistakenly die, whether it's going to tackle Alan Tudyk's character and he moves out of the way so they land in the wood chipper, or they're running and not looking where they're going and getting stabbed. I remember when I watched this, I was like, I'm not a horror fan, so I don't know how much I want to like this. And immediately was like, I'm so glad I watched this because it's not a horror movie. I'm going to go with Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob?
Yeah, Paths of Glory is one that's pretty high up on my list to watch. I've heard nothing but great things about it. So I have seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's hilarious. Like Jacob said about the kills and the deaths, they're so well done, I think. So yeah, I'll go Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, sounds good.
Richie?
Yeah, Tucker and Dale was a surprise to me. Like I didn't like, it was just like one that came with direct to DVD here. I'm like, I'll give it a go. But yeah, it's just endlessly entertaining. But yeah, Paths of Glory. I think it's one of the best war movies of all time. It's just like, it just shines light on like how war can sort of change a person's it's like maybe not for the better sometimes. You just see a different and then this sort of the scene at the end is just very it's very emotional and gripping. I won't give it away, but it's just very sort of heartbreaking. And just like the different reactions people have to sort of human life, I guess. It's just a fantastic movie. I'll give love to Paths of Glory.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I just watched Paths of Glory for the first time like 2 months ago on the Criterion Blu-ray, and it did knock my socks off. Like I loved it, and the ending really like affected me hard. Like it really hit me. And also it's one of the easier Kubrick watches because it's a Kubrick movie that's 90 minutes. Believe it or not, it's not like 3 hours long. Yeah, so it's a very quick, easy watch, but it moves really fast. It's got a great story, and like the kangaroo court stuff they kind of set up is intriguing. But Paths of Glory is great. I'll give it a vote because Tucker and Dale's going to move on anyways. But I'll vote for Paths of Glory. It's great.
Yeah, sounds good. But Tucker and Dale it is. So we'll see. We're almost to the end of the side. We got Sion's wedding.
Where's Malcolm? Malcolm.
Yep. Sorry, going up against Looper. Might be a tough one for Samoan wedding that they call it in like other countries. Yeah. So
Papa West.
Papa West.
Okay. I've seen one of these movies. I have no idea what Sion's Wedding is. Looper, I know what that is. I watched it, and it is very, very fun. I love Bruce Willis. Not a huge fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but he's done some cool things. This is one of those cool things, so I'm going with Looper.
Yeah, sounds good.
Jacob?
Yeah, just based on word of mouth, if Sion's Wedding was going up against something I was like mid on, I'd give it a vote. However, Looper is a movie I'm really high on. I think it is absolutely great. So I will give my vote to Looper.
We're not going to vote Sion's Wedding into the second round like we did on Malcolm's. I mean, none of us had seen it. We just did it for fun.
Man, he bowed at the wrong time. Sioni's wedding is really good. I talked about Malcolm's one. The comedic time between all the actors and like the chemistry is really great. It is like maybe like Castle. It's like sort of like Castle's quintessentially Australian, sort of quintessentially like sort of Kiwi. There's a lot of Kiwis I could relate to these characters, but it's a really fun ride, and I would recommend it. Like I don't know if it's easier to find the two hands, but but Looper is fantastic. That's it sort of threw me. I think everybody in this is fantastic. Bruce Willis, George Levitt, like Paul Dano. You can again, I'll go Looper. Actually, you'd think I'd support like Kiwi, but I can't. If I was going up against something else, I would. But I love Looper. So.
Yeah, Austin.
I wish you would, Richie, because you know what I did about 3 hours before the show? I watched Sion's wedding. Yes, I did. So I saw it because it was on Malcolm's list, and Jordan may have told me that it was on this one. It was easier to find than Two Hands. It's on Amazon, available for rent or buy. And it's funny, it's like $2 to rent, but it's like $3 to buy. So I just bought it for $3. So I was like, why not? But it's in great standard definition. They couldn't even have HD, which is weird. But anyways, I really, really, really liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it, and I think that's fair enough because I don't really connect to the characters, but I thought they were a lot of fun. I thought the chemistry was great. I can see myself watching it again. It's not going to slide into my top 64 anytime soon, like they all, but I enjoyed it. But having said that, I like Looper better, so I'm voting for Looper. But I did watch it. So I will back up that it's a fun movie.
Yeah. Well, one of these days, I want to watch Sioni's wedding, just because of all the high praise that it gets from that part of the world. But I mean, like Looper was just awesome. Like it just blew me away. Like just a really, really cool concept, really creative, something that like I haven't really seen too much of before, and like a really cool way to do time travel, like going up against your younger self kind of thing. But but the makeup though. I will say on Just to Go and Live It always kind of throws me off. I think it's kind of weird looking, but besides that, that's just a small nitpick. So I'm gonna vote for Looper. So
So Siona's wedding would have had a chance to go through, Richie, had you voted for it. Had Malcolm still been here and voted for it, and I saw it, I would have maybe voted for it just because it would have had a chance to go through again.
Yeah,
but this time I would have actually seen it to vote for it. Unlike last time.
Yep.
So all right.
Woulda, coulda. Yep. But up next, though, we got another one from that part of the world. I think.
Is that the wrong one? That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
Oh,
yeah. The one he's talking about is from.
Cracker Jack.
There's like 3 different Cracker Jacks. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the Australian comedy from 2002 that I tried to find.
I am. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll explain.
I never heard of any movie named Cracker Jack, so I just got the.
There was like 4 Cracker Jack movies. Literally, there's like an action movie, there's a drama, and there's like the Australian comedy. It's weird. And he got the wrong death at the funeral.
Really?
Yes. You got the remake.
There's 2 of them. I don't know.
Yeah, he's talking about the 2007 British movie, not the black version.
Okay. Well, like
the British one. Like I don't know. Like I don't know anything about Death at a Funeral and Cracker Jack, and also I probably watched the wrong one because I watched Death.
You watched the wrong one, didn't you?
Yeah. So maybe next time if you like.
That's great.
This is fucking fantastic.
You might want to specify a little more. If there's multiple ones, so I don't know what we want to do here, but I mean we can try to vote. But
well,
you can explain it to me because I have no idea about. But
all right, Jacob, I'll set the scene. All right, Jacob's first. I'll set the scene. The Cracker Jack he's talking about is a 2002 Australia comedy about like a bowling league and like a bowling team, and then the original, the Death at a Funeral he was talking about was the 2007 British one that has like Alan Tudyk and Peter Dinklage is in. Peter Dinklage is in both of them, but he's in the original one, and it has some other British character actors in it, but not
Would've
not
thought
the
this was a
remake with Chris Rock.
Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I've seen both Death at a Funerals, and I actually enjoy them both. I do enjoy the original more. And
Well, we'll use one of them as a placeholder. 'Cause-
I've seen it, and I enjoy it more. I will go with
Yes.
Death at a Funeral.
Sure, yeah. Richie?
All right, yeah, all right. Well, yeah, so yeah, Cracker Jack like if this dude like reluctantly joins us like lives lawn bowl league with like at this retirement home, but it's a really sort of charming movie. I'd recommend watching it. It's got some really funny lines. Especially there's one point where he like slips in pot like to the brownies, and then all the oldies get really high. Really fun. But yeah, and I'm talking about that. Obviously the 2007 Death at a Funeral, directed by Frank Oz. It's just one of those ones, style comedy where it just builds on each other, like no, this thing goes wrong and this thing, and it's basically the American one is exactly the same, almost exactly the same, where it's like they got almost the exact same script but just delivered worse. I don't know. But yeah, I love the original Death at a Funeral. I think it's just a fun ride, so I'll go with that.
Sure, yeah. Well, Austin?
No, I am very familiar with the one he intended on Death and a Funeral. Another Alan Tudyk movie. Yeah, he's fucking fantastic in that movie. He's just stoned out of his brains the whole movie, like just running around. Fucking, he ends up naked, like running around. Like, it's great. Like, he's awesome. I mean, literally the opening is like them bringing in the wrong casket with the wrong guy, and they have to go back to the funeral home to get the right dead guy. Like, it's fucking great. Like, it's the opening. Richie, I was unable to find Cracker Jack, much like Two Hands, anywhere. It's not available in the United States, period. On any streaming service, on YouTube, on torrent, it's not anywhere. So I tried, much like The Castle. The Castle was available, Cracker Jack was not. So, but I'll vote Death at a Funeral because I really like the original one.
Austin, did you try Hoopla?
I didn't try the library. I didn't try the library streaming service. No.
Yeah. Well, if you go to Google and you type in Cracker Jack IMDb, which is what I do to get these movie posters most of the time because it's easy to just pull them off IMDb. You have Cracker Jack 1994, Cracker Jack 2013, Cracker Jack.
Yeah, there's several.
Cracker Jack 2002. It's like
Yeah.
Cracker Jack 2, the sequel in 1997. And there's even that. So it's like, so yeah. But from the description, since I haven't seen either one of them, probably I'll just go ahead and vote for the Australian one just for the hell of it. I'll vote for it. But like literally, like this Death at a Funeral is like a pretty spot on remake because like literally when you were talking, Austin, it's like you were describing this remake. Like it's exactly like everything.
Well, it's funny. Yeah, Peter Dinklage is in both movies playing like the same role in both movies, essentially. Yeah, playing like the same character. Despite the completely different cast. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a bad remake. I think the British one is a little tighter. It's a little better. Yeah. And
even James Marsden doing like Alan Tudyk role, he's actually really solid. Like he's actually pretty funny in it. So watch the wrong one, so now I got to go back and make up for it and watch the right one after we're done here, right? Yeah, I'll go back to do that. But anyways, Papa West.
Yes, Jordan. Please watch the right one. It is the better one of the two. What's funny is I always get Death at a Funeral confused with 4 Weddings and a Funeral, or is it 3 Weddings and a Funeral? And I always get the numbers mixed up on that one too. But no, I have seen Death at a Funeral. I have not seen Cracker Jack. Might make that list, but we'll see. I'm gonna go with Death at a Funeral.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob?
Still Death at a Funeral.
It's still Death at a Funeral. All right. Well, we'll move the remake on, but we know what it's representing.
We only have 5 of us here, so it feels like 6 people got to vote. But let's see. All right. Well, we got the right ones here for sure. I'm sure. So we got
another Scream movie.
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Scream.
Hey, Jacob, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey. All right, but Richie's up first though, so we'll have to wait for you. All right, Richie.
This is I think Scream 2 is one of the better sequels of all time. I think it's just yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's very very meta. I love the like the opening scene where Jada Pink, they're so these movie fans are so like rabid that they're not even recognizing it as a like Jada Pinkett just got getting stabbed in front of them. But yeah, it's fantastic. I think Jamie Kennedy again is really good in this. Jerry O'Connell's really good. But yeah, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I don't know. Maybe it just hits me every time I watch it. It's so laid. It's fantastic. It's not like it's probably like again. It's not like one of those movies you probably put on Sunday. Like, oh, watch this up. It's not really an upbeat movie at all. But it's just a fantastic performance by Jim Carrey, and Kate Winslet, and Elijah Wood pops up in this too. And he's really good. I'll go Eternal Sunshine, but I wouldn't be mad if Scream 2 gets through.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I like Eternal Sunshine, not as much as Truman Show, right, Jacob? But but we'll talk about that another time.
Right now.
Yeah, right.
Let's not talk about which of them is the better dramatic movie.
Right. Which is the Truman Show. I know, I won.
Yeah.
It's the Truman Show, so it's unanimous. Having said that, I did enjoy my rewatch when I was studying for our Battleground match, but I don't go back to Internal a lot because it just depresses me. But I'm gonna go Scream 2. It's a little more watchable, and it's almost on par with the first one. It's really good. So yeah.
Well, if the Truman Show was the better movie, it probably would have made Richie's list, but it didn't. So I guess Eternal Sunshine.
You don't know that. Oh, you do know that.
Right?
We still have a couple matchups left.
Yeah, right. But for me though, like I'm not that high on Eternal Sunshine. I mean it's fine. Maybe like another one of those maybe 6 out of 10 for me. Like it just kind of gets too kind of weird and kind of out there. Like it's fun for the first time, and you kind of get what's going on with him and his girlfriend, like trying to forget her existence and that kind of stuff. And then also trying to remember it after forgetting. So, but I mean, Scream 2, just kind of like Richie said, like it's one of the better sequels out there. Like it's like really good. Like it gets pretty meta and has a fun cast when you add in Timothy Olyphant, Jerry O'Connell, just some of those guys to it. So I'll go Scream 2. Papa West?
Well, we all know my thoughts on the Scream franchise. It's passed me by. Eternal Sunshine, I watched it. I don't think I've ever actually finished it because I do find it pretty boring. I find it very overrated too because a lot of people love that movie. But yeah, it just doesn't click with me. I've heard a lot of good about Scream 2. One of these days, I'm going to grow a pair and watch horror films, or a lot more than I've actually seen. But today is not that day. But I will vote for Scream 2.
Sure, yeah. Sounds good.
Jacob?
I was late to the Scream game. I watched the first one and the second one earlier this year, actually. Scream was, hyped beyond all belief, like one of the best horror movies, and it lived up to it for sure. And I went into Scream 2. People don't talk about that one nearly as much as they do the original. And so I was like, oh, am I going to be let down? Is it going to be, one of those sequels that, they made it because Scream was so successful? No, they made it because it's a darn good movie.
Yep.
And yeah, no, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I enjoyed the first Scream.
Reach.
Even though I love Eternal Sunshine, and I think this is one of Jim Carrey's, best performances, I will go with Scream 2.
Yeah. So I believe Scream 2 it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. And that's the end. So
fuck me, 3 hours in, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
we did pick up the pace though. So.
Okay, we did. Well, hold on. All right, before we really pick up the pace, I gotta take a quick break, but I'll be back, and then we'll really kick it into overdrive. I'll be right back.
Okay, make it quick. No.
He has to go subscribe to Hoopla.
So while he's gone,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
talk about
Right.
why Eternal Sunshine is better than the Truman Show.
What's that?
I will
Yeah.
say
Oh.
I never thought I would ever hear the word hoopla again. My ex-wife's father introduced me to it for one book, and then
Oh, yeah?
I
For one
was like, "Wow, this is a stupid service," but okay, I understand the need for it. And then, wow, in a movie call, we talk about hoopla again.
Right.
All the hoopla.
Yeah, like really,
Oh,
really, the only thing I ever use the library for is for checking out comic books because they got like tons of comic books. So it's pretty good for that. But
What's a library?
yeah, right. I haven't set foot in a library since like 2006, something like that.
Quick, it's about while Richie's gone. He gets
Yeah,
no
right.
say in his favorite movies.
Yeah, he gets no say in his favorite movies.
Quick, let's see if we can make it through like one side
Oh,
before
man.
he gets back. Nope.
Oh, I mean, hey.
We got the next match.
Hey.
But yeah, we gotta
Okay,
fly
so yeah,
to
but yeah,
this one,
we
so.
have to fly. I'm talking like 5-10 seconds maximum. Like literally, we're gonna cut you off if you don't give a vote. So it's gonna be quick.
Okay.
We gotta get through this. So, I'm going first. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Happy
Yes.
Gilmore.
sure. Yeah.
Happy
Jacob?
Gilmore.
Ooh, all right. Richie,
Down to Richie.
what's it gonna be?
Wolf of Wall Street.
All
Ooh,
right.
all right. You got the
Wolfie moves on. All right.
Wolfie.
The price is wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
All right.
Parasite going up against the Matrix.
It's the Matrix.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's tough for
all
me.
right. All right, Jordan.
I'm first, huh? Shoot.
Well, you got less than 10 seconds to decide, so make it quick.
I'll go with the Matrix just because it
All
used to be my favorite. So,
All right. Papa.
Parasite.
all right. Jacob?
Parasite.
Richie?
Parasite.
Wow. All right. I'll go with the
Austin?
Matrix, but Parasite with a little bit of the upset.
Yeah, Parasite it is.
All right. There
All
you
right.
go.
We got
Matrix gets
Toy
a lot of love on
Story
the show.
1.
It's all right.
Yeah. We got the original Toy Story going up against the Mask. All right.
Ooh. Papa West is up first.
Yeah.
The Mask.
Yeah. Jacob?
Toy Story.
Richie?
The Mask.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Austin?
I'll go the Mask.
And I'm going to go Toy Story. So I don't know what the
All
votes
right.
are at.
The Mask takes it 3-2. Yeah, just barely.
Right.
Wow.
The Mask takes it down.
3-2. All right.
I'm not mad at that.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
No,
me neither. It's a good movie.
Yeah, the Mask hasn't really made it too far.
Well, I don't think it's showed up on any of our other tournaments. I don't think, unless it showed up on Brian's. I can't remember. It might have showed up on Brian's and got knocked out. I can't remember.
I feel like
Yeah, it might
it
have
showed
showed
up
up
one
once,
other
I
time.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on Brian's it was on there, but it got knocked out by something. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. All
We
right,
got-
Warrior and Dodgeball.
Versus
Two sports
Dodgeball.
movies.
Battle
All
sports
right.
movies.
Uh-huh.
All right, so
All right.
is that
Jacob
first?
is up first. Yeah.
Jacob.
Warrior.
Richie.
All right, Richie.
Warrior.
Austin.
I'm gonna go Dodgeball.
Yeah, this one's tough, man. Like I didn't think it would be that tough. I'll go Warrior. I think. Papa West.
Papa.
It doesn't matter, but if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
Love for Dodgeball. Another close one, but it's gonna be Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true,
Yeah.
actually. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you can dodge traffic, you
Not
can dodge
true.
a ball.
that is
I mean,
true.
Yeah.
That
right.
is true.
That's actually true. Yeah. We got
All right.
Liar Liar going up against Monsters
Inc.
Ooh.
All right.
Another Pixar versus Jim Carrey. Didn't we just have one of those?
Yeah, I think so.
The
Yeah.
Mask versus Toy
I
Story.
don't
Now Liar Liar
remember.
versus the Mask
Yeah.
versus Toy Story. Liar Liar versus Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jim Carrey versus Pixar. All right. Richie is up first. Yeah.
Liar.
All right. Awesome.
I think I'm also gonna go Liar Liar.
You got to go Liar Liar. Yep. Papa West.
I've had better. Liar.
Yeah.
I've had better.
I would have gone Monsters Inc., but
Jacob? Yeah. Well,
I'm really upset about a bad sexual episode I had last night.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we got.
all right.
with
The castle and Halloween. Wow.
Oh, man.
That's a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. All right, so it's Austin, right? You're up.
No, yeah, it's me. Sorry, I had it out of order on my thing. So yeah. You know what? As much as I love Halloween, I'm on a castle high right now, so I'm gonna keep with it and say the castle.
Yeah, I'll just go for it just because it's Richie's list and he's from Australia, so let's go with the castle. Papa West?
I'm so intrigued by this movie, I have to watch it. So I'm going to vote for the castle.
Yeah. Jacob?
Well, it's going through. Why not send it through with a clean sweep?
Oh yeah,
Hey.
Clean sweep. It's free on YouTube. So
And I would have said
you have no excuses.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't a
Watch it.
clean
Good job,
sweep.
Richie.
Well, yeah. You don't know if Richie would have done it. Maybe
I
not.
I was really hoping he
Okay,
would.
so
Like,
the
I was
castle,
hoping I would
okay.
convince
Well,
him
the
to
good
go
thing
that
again,
way.
the good thing about the castle is you can actually watch it because it's free on YouTube, so you can
Yeah.
actually see it. So
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
you can go watch it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Round it up for when we're done.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
a
to
lot of fun.
bed after this, but I'll watch it tomorrow.
Hell yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's awesome. Just make sure you look up the Castle 1997, and you'll find it really fast. It should be the first thing.
Yeah.
Full movie.
It was
Yeah.
actually the first one that showed up for me, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was
Just
the
to be
same for me,
specific,
yeah.
Castle 1997. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We got Logan.
All right.
And we got Searching.
all right,
Dang.
Jordan.
Man, I really want to vote for Searching because that movie's so good, but I can't do it against Logan, so I got to go Logan.
Papa.
Logan as well.
Yeah. Jacob?
Jordan.
I'm gonna go Searching.
All right.
Richie.
I'm also going to go Searching.
And I'm
Austin?
also going to go Searching just to make Jordan mad.
Oh, come on. You had to do
Just
it.
to fuck with
Might
Jordan.
come
It's all right,
Yeah,
Jordan.
I know.
I was in your favor. I wanted it
I just
to
knew
go.
that would happen.
I
Who's
love
gonna switch
Logan.
your
The
vote?
more I watch
There's still
Searching,
time. I
the
haven't
more-
put it in yet. You can switch your vote, right?
No, I'm fine. I'm good.
All
My
right.
votes are final.
I have spoken. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Clerks 2 and Hot Fuzz. So
Ooh, okay. Back
which
down to
universe you
Papa.
wanna go for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz.
Yep. Jacob,
Hot Fuzz.
Richie,
Hot Fuzz.
Austin.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz is still in my top 64. Hot Fuzz.
We'll make it a clean sweep. Let's go Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
You mean it hasn't changed since last round?
No, my 64 doesn't change all the time. Unlike Henry
It hasn't
Sanchez,
changed in 2
changes
hours.
his constantly.
Yeah. Constantly. Yeah. But that'll be the end of that side. All right.
No, I don't really have any new movies in my 64 since my episode. Really, maybe a couple have shuffled around, but not much.
Yeah.
All right,
I think I have,
Mallrats.
but we got Mallrats going up against Scream.
All right, Jacob.
You know, I want to see that Scream versus Scream 2 matchup. Let's get it there, guys. Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Richie?
Scream.
Austin?
yes, yeah, Scream.
Yeah, I'm going to go Scream.
Make it a clean sweep.
Yeah.
All right, Scream's a favorite.
Your
Could be a heavy
view
favorite in the
is
tournament.
you, Jacob.
All right. Hey, Richie's got a good chance to get his number one all the way to the championship. We'll see what happens here. We'll see if he gets something better.
Oh, wait. No,
All
I
right.
can't win the next one then.
No, don't tell him that. He's going to troll me. No. You vote for the.
Well, you said it yourself. It was your number one. You set yourself
Yeah.
up. You could have revealed that later. You set yourself
I know.
up for that one.
I know. I'm
You
sorry.
should have kept that a secret.
Shut up. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he meant
Yeah.
a number one horror movie.
No, it's not one.
No, it's his number one movie. I knew what he meant.
Oh.
Who's up
Yeah.
now?
Richie for True Lies versus
All right.
Toy Story 2.
Richie. Yeah.
Toy Story 2.
Austin?
If there was a Blu-ray of True Lies, I'd say True Lies, but I'm gonna go Toy Story 2 because there is a 4K of that. So yes.
Yeah. This one's tough. They're both hovering at like a 7 out of 10 for me, but I'll go Toy Story 2, sure. Papa West?
I mean, one of these does have Jamie Lee Curtis dancing in her underwear.
Mhm.
I'm still going to give
Story.
it to Toy Story 2, though.
Oh, the wrong one. No,
All right.
I guessed wrong.
Yeah.
I
That's the
couldn't remember.
director's cut of Toy Story 2?
Yeah.
Right. We're at Jessie and like in her underwear, right?
All right.
Yeah,
Let's make complete choice and move on.
All right. Toy Story's moving on.
All right. Let's see. Toy Story 3.
3.
John Wick.
John Wick. All right.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah,
up first.
it's getting tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I'm gonna go John. Yeah, John
tough.
Wick for me. John Wick.
Oh, yeah, John Wick. But I don't really feel confident about it. I'll do John Wick though. Papa West?
Although I want the Toy Story finals matchup and the Final Four matchup, I have to go with John Wick.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first John Wick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I want Toy Story, there's Toy Story John Wick.
Yeah. John Wick it
Alright.
is. All
That's
right.
3 clean sweeps in a row.
Yeah, right.
It's like we've given up.
Yeah.
No, it's just these rounds are a little more fun because we just go like
Yes.
really quick, and it's like you got to make a
Yeah.
quick decision. Like you don't get time to
Yeah.
think; you just got to vote.
Yeah, you just gotta vote.
All right.
We got Billy Madison going up against the wrestler.
Oh, okay, Jordan.
Like dumb humor going up against like really smart like stuff. So yeah, I gotta go Billy Madison, I think. So Papa West?
I'm gonna go with Billy Madison as well.
Yeah. Jacob?
The wrestler.
All right.
The wrestler, guys, what are you doing? The wrestler.
Well, you got the final say, Austin.
Do I go with the movie I've seen 50 times, or I go with the movie with my very good friend Dylan in it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Fuck. You know what? Just because we haven't seen it before in the tournament, I'll say the wrestler. We'll put it through.
All right. Wrestler
right.
it is. Sure. All right.
I don't know how it's going to fare against John Wick, but we'll see when we get there.
We'll see, but
All right.
we got Shaun of the Dead versus Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted
Shaun of the Dead versus Bill and Ted. All right,
Yeah.
Papa West.
Papa West.
Two buddy
Shaun of the
movies.
Dead.
Mm.
Yeah. Jacob?
Shaun of the Dead.
Richie?
Shaun of the Dead.
Austin?
Bill and Ted.
I think I'd go Bill and Ted by like a sliver, though.
Mm.
It's close for me, but
All right. Well, by a sliver, Shaun of the Dead is going to move through, but just by hair.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we got Prisoners going up against Pulp Fiction. Ooh.
Oh, all right. Tarantino versus Villeneuve. All right.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Prisoners.
Mm.
Richie?
Pulp Fiction.
Austin?
I like Tarantino more. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Pulp Fiction. Papa West?
Pulp Fiction.
All right.
All right. Well,
Pulp Fiction's always it's always a heavy favorite here at tournament
Yep,
fights.
that
Pulp
was
Fiction.
yeah. We got Tucker and Dale up against Looper. Okay.
Looper. Oh, I almost went like, oh, Tucker and Dale against CO. Oh, damn, that's right. I lost it. Fucking
Yeah.
Looper. Shit. Not this
Come
time.
on,
All right, Richard.
Yeah.
Richie.
Looper.
Austin?
This one, I'm gonna go Tucker and Dale pretty strongly.
I'm gonna go Tucker and Dale. Yeah. Papa West.
I'm gonna go with Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
I also will go with Tucker and Dale.
All right, an underdog movie takes the underdog slot there. Yeah.
We're going against the man of the hour. We're all ganging up on him on this one. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Your favorites don't get to go through, Richie.
Nope. Sorry. It's all about us. We got
the 2007 Death at a Funeral
yeah.
versus Scream 2.
Up against Scream 2.
All right, I'm up first. Damn, as much as I want to vote for Death at a Funeral, I've only seen it like twice, and I've seen Scream 2 a lot more, and I'm a horror guy, so I'll go Scream 2.
Well, I watched the wrong Death at a Funeral, so. But this one was actually really good, though. Like, it was still solid, though. So, but I got to go with.
You ain't voting for that over Scream 2. You know that, Jordan. Come on now. It's Scream 2 for you.
Yep. Papa West?
Papa.
As much as I want to vote for Death at a Funeral over Scream 2, I will vote for Death at a Funeral above Scream 2.
Sure, yeah. Why not?
All right, Jacob?
Scream 2.
Yeah.
Richie?
Scream 2.
Yeah.
All right, Scream 2 is moving forward.
Scream 2 it is, all right. So,
but Scream 2's got a long way to go if it's going to go up against the original Scream, even on that side of the bracket. It's got to work because they're at the opposite ends of the bracket there.
Yeah.
Austin Scream's not going to make it that far. It's okay.
Well, yeah, I'm just.
We'll
see.
You shut your mouth.
Richie's number 1. So, tonight.
All right.
All right. So here I'm going to zoom
Wolf
in.
of Wall Street.
Wall Street going up against Parasite.
Parasite. Okay. 2 Best Picture nominees / winners. Yeah. All right. Jordan.
Oh, man. This one's tough. Oh, I think I got to go with Wolf of Wall Street just by a sliver of a hair, though. So, yeah. Papa West?
I can't keep voting for Parasite because I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to go with Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
Jacob?
I'm going to go with Parasite only because I've seen the full movie.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, the most fucking entertaining movie ever. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah. We got The Mask going up against Warrior. All right.
Warrior, okay.
Interesting
This is for the
matchup.
full 2, isn't it?
Is this? Are we there yet? I don't know if we're there yet. Are we?
I think so. I think it's for the poll. I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
this
all these
is for
winners
top
are making it
8.
in the poll.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wolf of Wall Street made it in. So yeah, okay. So yeah, Mask and Warrior. All right, Papa West.
Yeah.
The Mask.
Jacob?
You know what? Yeah, let's go with The Mask.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I feel like we need to lighten it up a bit. There's a lot of heavy movies on those. So The Mask.
Yeah. Austin? Well, I wouldn't call Wolf of Wall Street terribly heavy, but The Mask.
It's not heavy, but
yeah. There's not a lot of existential themes in The Wolf of Wall Street, but yeah.
It's heavy for like language.
The consequences
and content. Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavy on F-bombs and nudity.
Yeah.
Very heavy on F-bombs.
Yeah, very, very heavy.
Yeah. But I think, I think I got to go with Warrior, but I don't think it even matters. I think The Mask is going. So.
All right. Yeah, The Mask is going through.
Yeah. All right. So then we got Liar Liar up against The Castle. We'll see.
The Castle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
See, I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we could have another Jim Carrey movie. It could be The Castle. We'll see. Who is up first? We are at Jacob. Let's double check.
Yeah. Let's get The Castle on the poll.
Sure.
And have people be like, "What the fuck is The Castle?"
Yeah. Right.
I am very intrigued. So looking forward to watching this.
It's fucking great, dude. You're gonna love it. Just give it a chance. Let it get warmed up. It takes about 10-15 minutes to like really get going, but it's really great. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, The Castle.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I'm still on a Castle high right now. So even though I probably normally would vote for Liar Liar, I'm gonna go with The Castle. And we just got The Masters, so we got Jim Carrey in there.
Yeah, I think for this one, I'll go with The Castle. Yeah. Papa West.
We're gonna make it a clean sweep, Richie. This would be your new favorite movie. Just a forewarning. This is my goal.
All right.
This is my goal.
Let's do it. All Right?
It might be one of his favorite movies, anyways. I mean, it's
Yeah,
top
yeah,
five or
right.
something.
Number 3, and he's just not.
Technically,
Watch
all
at the
these
end. He's
are,
gonna be like,
so it's not
I tricked all of you. I hate Scream.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's not like a big mic
Rich.
drop moment where it's like these are all my favorite. We're literally doing my favorite movies, so it's like
Yeah,
Oh, I know. Yeah,
They're all favorite. Yeah, right. But
yeah. Mhm.
we got Searching going
Searching?
against Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. All right, Richie.
Ooh.
Oh man, this is hard, but it's really love Searching. But yeah, Hot Fuzz.
Austin?
Yeah, Hot Fuzz, big time. Love Hot Fuzz.
You know, for much as I love Hot Fuzz, like I just feel like I'm in a searching kind of mood. Like I can literally like watch that like tonight maybe. So I'm gonna go Searching. Papa West?
Disregard everything I just said about The Castle being Richie's favorite movie, because Hot Fuzz is going on, and it's probably going to beat The Castle.
Yeah. Jacob?
I would have gone Searching.
Yeah. Well, despite
All right.
that,
Hot
2-3.
Fuzz is going to move on.
Yeah. Hot
All
Fuzz.
right.
Which I'm not mad about. Like Hot Fuzz is my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. So
Like the
Right,
Castle is
so-
going to make it into the poll, which I'm really happy about. I don't know if it's going to make it in the championship round, but I think I might even with the poll, like in the comments, like link the link on the YouTube to the movie because I want people to watch it.
Yeah.
you should do
So
that.
I might even like
Yeah.
link that in there. Yeah, just people
Yeah.
like, hey, if you're interested, it's really fucking great. Like watch it right here. So yeah.
It's free. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
We got Scream going up against Toy Story 2. So
I'm up first. Normally I'd go horror, but again, Toy Story 2 is my favorite of the series, so I'm gonna go with Toy Story 2.
yeah. For me, it's pretty easy. That's Scream. Papa?
It's easy for me. It's Toy Story 2.
You're gonna do that.
Jacob?
I have a goal, and I'm going to do my part until it's no longer attainable. Scream.
No!
Scream, yes.
No,
There you
Jacob!
go. Richie? You vote for your number one?
Richie, turn on your number one. You know Toy Story 2 is better.
Yeah.
Scream. It's gonna be Scream.
What's your favorite scary
Okay, but-
movie, Richie?
yeah.
Scream.
Yeah.
Scream.
We want to get in even more meta than the movie already does when he calls it, just be like, Scream. My favorite movie is Scream. Yeah. But we have John Wick versus The Wrestler.
All right.
So,
And Jordan's up first.
yeah, this one's pretty easy. John Wick. Papa West?
I also think it's easy. John Wick.
Yeah. Jacob?
I also think it's easy. The Wrestler.
Okay. Richie?
The Wrestler.
Ooh. Well, you're the
Well,
tiebreaker, Austin.
If I was in The Wrestler, I'd vote for it, but I'm not reffing in The Wrestler, so I will vote for John Wick. My buddy's
There
in
you
it,
go.
and I put him enough through.
Yeah.
I put him over enough. I'm not in The Wrestler, but if I was, I'd vote for it. The John Wick.
I just want to say I'm very proud of us for The Wrestler moving on as far as it did, with no one bringing up the Marissa Tomei strip scene.
Yeah, right. Nobody did.
Me too.
So-
We talked enough about Jamie Lee Curtis stripping. We don't have to talk about
Yeah.
another one.
Mhm.
a panel full of men. All right. But
Marissa Tomei was hotter in the movie. It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got Shaun of the
Shaun
Dead
of the
against
Dead.
Pulp Fiction.
Ooh, that's a tough match.
Oh
Yeah.
All right. Papa West is up first. Pulp Fiction, Shaun of the Dead.
Just because it's higher on my personal list, I'm gonna go with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Jacob?
Oh man, I feel bad voting against it twice, but I'm gonna go with Shaun of the Dead.
Sure. Richie?
Pulp Fiction.
Austin?
Yeah, my actual favorite Cornetto movie is already in the poll, so I'm gonna go Pulp Fiction.
Yep, same. My favorite's in the poll, so I'll go Pulp Fiction.
All right, Pulp
So,
Fiction
Pulp Fiction
makes it to yet another poll. Pulp Fiction's made
Yeah,
several
right.
of these polls for the 64s. Yeah, it's a heavy favorite.
It has, yeah.
All right.
But we have Tucker and Dale going up against Scream 2.
Scream 2.
All right.
Ooh, kind of a horror parody versus a horror sequel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob.
My goal is still attainable. Scream 2.
Yes. There you go. Yep, it is. Richie?
It's attainable as long as someone below me doesn't fuck it up. Scream 2.
Don't screw it up, Austin.
That's mean, Richie.
I'm not trying to screw it up. I legitimately like Tucker and Dale more than Scream 2. So Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
Legitimately. I don't watch Scream 2 as much as Scream. So yeah.
Fair enough.
For me,
I think no. I mean, I was the one who I promoted Tucker and Dale as one of the best comedies of the 2010s. Like when we did our Tiebreaker, like I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I legitimately think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, just by a sliver, I gotta go Scream 2.
Mm.
Dang it, Jordan! I was supposed to fuck this up.
Sorry.
Tucker and Dale
Possible.
versus Evil.
Oh, it was close.
But
Yeah,
it's
Scream 2
close.
is gonna move on. All right,
Scream 2.
Scream 2. Well, they're both going to be in the poll, so the fans can vote which one they like more.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
All right. So now we got Wolf of Wall Street. I think we did the final four yet. I think so.
No. Well, we're getting to the final four. We're about to get to the final four.
We're getting to the final four now. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The winners of these will get to the final four.
All right. So these are the ones
So
that
Wolf
are
of Wall Street versus The Mask.
Yeah. Versus The Mask. Let's zoom it out. So who's up first?
Let's see. Richie's up first.
Richie.
I'm gonna go The Mask.
Sure. Austin.
I think when Jim Carrey puts on the mask, he kind of becomes Jordan Belfort in real life. He's as manic and crazy, but I mean, Wolf of Wall Street. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, same here. I gotta go with my favorite Scorsese movie, Wolf of Wall Street. Papa West.
Jacob, don't fuck this up. I'm gonna go with The Mask.
Ooh, all right. We'll see. Jacob.
I will also go with The Mask.
Ooh, all right. Got The Mask
with an upset.
Moving on.
Yeah.
A bit of an upset.
Right.
Yeah. But we still have The Castle hanging in there, going up against Hot Fuzz. So, in Austin,
I'm up. Yeah, I'm up first. Look, I'm on a Castle high, Richie. I'm glad it's in the poll, but I've seen Hot Fuzz like fucking 40 times. I love it too much. I got to go with Hot Fuzz, but I'm glad Castle. We got it in the poll and we can show it some love. So yeah.
Yep, I'm the same way. Like that. Like you had a nice run, The Castle, but yeah, it's gonna be Hot Fuzz. So, Papa West.
I really want to go with The Castle, but I have to go with Hot Fuzz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Richie, we can at least make it a close vote. The Castle.
Yeah, why not? The Castle.
Sure. All right. I had a good run, and hey, it's going to be in the poll, and I'm gonna put the YouTube link in the comments, so like just to get people to watch it, because I do think it's that good.
You gotta do it, yeah.
So I'm gonna promote the shit out of it.
Then over the other side, we have Scream versus John Wick. So,
all right, Jordan.
It's tough. Like Scream's my favorite horror movie, but I mean,
John Wick's your favorite action movie, isn't it? I think you've said that too.
Well, it's one of them, and like it's up there with The Matrix, kind of. But I mean, like but like yeah, like John Wick's in my top 5 of all time, so I gotta go John Wick. Papa West.
You can still steal his car, just don't kill his dog. Going with John Wick.
Exactly. Don't screw with his dog. Jacob.
Scream.
All right. Richie.
Scream.
Well, Austin, what's it gonna be?
I've seen both these movies about the same amount of times. I am a horror guy, but I'm also an action guy. Fuck. John Wick.
Yep.
John Wick.
Yes.
There it is. You just screwed up the matchup, but it was the right thing to do.
John Wick.
All right. We now have Pulp Fiction versus Scream 2. So, Papa West.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, now that the goal is unattainable.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction.
You just dashed all your hopes and dreams, Jacob. Sorry.
Come on, Scream 2 wasn't going to beat Pulp Fiction either.
Well,
Come on now.
it is in my book, Scream 2.
Okay.
Well, sorry, it's not as good as Pulp Fiction. Sorry.
I know. I'm just
No.
being petty.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Pulp Fiction now. It's gotta be Pulp Fiction.
All right.
So. Neither one of them made it, so.
I sorry, Richie. I'm not as much in chaos mode as I am in some episodes tonight. I'm just not I'm not there. Like if this episode wasn't going 4 hours, I'd be in chaos mode. But I kind of just I'm just voting for my actual favorites tonight. So you just caught me on a bad night.
Yeah. Shorter episode, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally have to wake up for work in 3 hours. So this is not. I'm just getting to a winner here.
So we can go for 3 more hours.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Sounds
final
good. 7
four.
hour.
Let's
64.
go.
Well, let's
Yeah,
stretch it
make
out
it-
like the NBA
record.
playoffs does, and we'll stretch this final thing out to 4 hours.
Yeah,
Set the
right.
timeouts.
The final
take some
2
commercial
minutes
breaks.
in every single NBA game.
Yeah,
It's like-
it's 30
It's
minutes.
like 10. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
same with an
Jacob
NFL
Barber. Yeah.
To
Jacob
being
Barber. So
fair.
we got what? Hot Fuzz and the Mask. All
All right,
right.
we'll go with the
Yeah, we got a
Mask.
comedy and like a semi-comedy kind of.
Yeah,
I mean, they're both
Mhm.
comedies.
Mhm. The Mask.
Uh,
Okay, Richie.
The Mask.
I will go Hot Fuzz.
Austin?
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I gotta go Hot Fuzz. Papa
I was
West?
gonna go with the Mask.
Oh, close.
Well, it's close, but
Good run for the
I
Mask.
mean-
Hey, it was the dark horse of the tournament. That's for damn sure. The Mask
Yeah.
made it very, very far. All right, we'll go
for me,
Hot
the Mask
Fuzz.
is gonna make my top 5 Jim Carrey movies, so I'm not gonna vote for it.
Mm.
But
All right, Hot Fuzz is our first in the championship. Is it going to face
Yeah.
John Wick or Pulp Fiction? Richie.
I think it will face, this was John Wick.
Austin?
In this case, Django's my favorite Tarantino movie. Pulp Fiction's like mid-level, so I'm going to go John Wick. Yeah.
Yeah, and John Wick I've ranked a lot higher than Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is in my top 64, but it's not as high as John Wick, so I'll go John Wick. Papa West?
Pulp Fiction.
All right. Jacob?
I would have gone Pulp Fiction as well.
All right.
Oh.
There's another close one.
Close. Yeah.
John Wick. So we got an action satire versus an action movie. So
Yeah.
what are we going to go with? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Final Hot Fuzz versus John Wick. And I'm up first. I'm going to go with the one I watch way more. I'm going to go with Hot Fuzz.
Well, funny enough, if Pulp Fiction would have made it in, I probably would have voted Hot Fuzz, but since it didn't, I'm gonna vote for John Wick. So, Papa West.
I really hope we can get this where Richie decides it because that would be amazing. Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. We'll see. Jacob.
Does that mean I have to vote John Wick?
You don't have
whatever you
to, but
want
it'd be
to.
cute
You don't
if
have
you
to.
did.
Yeah.
He's pushing you in that direction. Yeah.
Because that's where I was gonna vote anyway.
All
All
right.
right.
Well,
Nice.
much like, I'll
Right.
give you a second, Richie, much like Brian Nussbaum's top 64 we just had, where he had the tiebreaker vote for his own tournament. Richie,
Yeah.
we're at a tie. You get to decide out of Hot Fuzz and John Wick, what is your new favorite movie? It's all on you.
And this will be your favorite movie for the rest of your life. So
Yes.
choose
Yeah,
wisely.
And you'll have to
Yep,
tout it. You have to
wisely.
tout it as such. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be John Wick.
Ooh, all right.
John
You
Keanu.
chose
All right, that's it. Boom.
Yeah.
John Wick.
All right, John
Oh,
Wick
that's one.
is the winner. All right, and your prize, Richie, is within 24 hours. You get to go watch John Wick. All right.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. All
If you want,
right.
we don't hold a gun
Yeah,
to
I
your
mean,
head
it's
like
not a hard rule, but, it is
the
fun
way
if you do.
John Wick would do, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun time. It was certainly a long time, but it was a fun.
It was
time.
our longest top 64 we've done out of the community favorites. But yeah, but it was a good time.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll do it for the tournament bracket. I could zoom out one more time because I always like to just kind of give a last little look here.
Yeah, the Mask, kind of a nice dark horse for the tournament that made it pretty far. Yeah, and even Liar Liar did very, very well.
Even the Castle.
Yeah, the Wrestler and the Wrestler in the Castle also making it very, very far. So yeah, had some fresh movies in there. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But it's a huge tournament, so that's why it kind of goes long. But yeah, well, thanks guys for joining us tonight. We'll kind of wrap it up there. So we're on the horn. If you have anything you want to promote or tell us something about yourself, whatever you want to do. So Papa West, we'll start with you. Where can we find you?
You can find me all over the place. Facebook, Jacob E. West. That he is very important. And then TMG Trivia, where I run singles and teams, where Richie and I will be playing each other eventually as soon as Abel finishes writing that match. And then TMG Entertainment, I help out with that. Movie Battlegrounds, I judge, host, all that fun stuff. And then I also do a sports show on there weekly called TMG Takes the Field. And Jordan, I will have my 64 for you soon.
All right.
I'm on like 60 so far.
All right.
No worries. Yeah, we're doing. I believe the next person in the hot seat will be Henry Sanchez next month. Once we schedule that, and he'll be the next one. And other than that, we got people jumping on the waiting list. It's the hot ticket here in the community. Is the 64.
Have Jordan Owens too, who gave me his list back in like July, and I totally forgot about it. So
I think we'll go Henry, we'll go Jordan Owens, and then we'll get to you, Papa West, right after that. So we do about one a month on these 64s for the community members, just to spread them out a little bit so we don't get bogged down in those. But yeah, it's the waiting list. It's the hot ticket. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh yeah,
that's really cool. We like doing them.
Absolutely. Jacob, where can we find you?
Yeah, I got a podcast in the works, but who knew December could be a busy month? So
right.
Very
it's in the works. It'll get there, but it'll get there when it gets there. In the meantime, you can, catch me around.
I was gonna say, Jacob, I'm ready whenever you are, sir. Just hit me up. So whenever you're ready to go. But I know December is a busy month depending on your jobs, and a lot of people are in retail and things like that. It's a very, very busy time of year. So. But yeah, we understand.
Yep. Totally. But Richie, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on social media, mainly Facebook. And I think I'm pretty sure we worked out I'm going to be on here 6 times in a row. So you can look forward to that.
So.
A whole lot. You're going to see a whole lot of Richie.
A whole lot of me.
And we appreciate it. Yeah.
Even if you like it or not, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna match with the Papa West soon. Other than that, look, I've got a gig tonight. If anyone in Brisbane happens to listen to this, don't know. But, in the next couple of hours, if you happen to listen to this. Yeah,
that's right. He's in the future, right? He's in the future right now. It's the next day.
Yeah, the next day.
Head on down to the Royal, and head on down to the Royal. I'm doing some stuff there. But yeah, this has been fun. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll just wait for Richie's comedy special to finally drop. Sometimes we can see his stand up, right?
Yeah, wait for your Netflix special.
Happens sometimes. Yeah, right.
Well, and you can also find Papa West and Jacob Barber doing a watch along of The Castle here in about 10 minutes, live on YouTube. So.
I did not agree to this.
And since they've got it, they got it nice and queued up, ready to go. They'll just do another StreamYard and do a little watch along commentary. Yeah. So we don't know. I think you guys are enjoying it. It's a lot of fun.
This episode ain't over. Like we got another couple hours to go while you watch the movie.
Yeah, right. We're gonna stretch this one out to 7 hours and we're all gonna pull it up right now. And we're all just gonna watch and comment on it together for another couple hours. Excellent. But no. I'm just here with Jordan on these shows. I'm taping another Battleground match, but it's not going to debut till after the new year, so I'll hold off on that. But I'll give another plug for Malcolm since he had to leave. His past Rankum episode with Leo, I was on that one. We had a really, really good time talking DiCaprio movies. So, and Wolf of Wall Street was definitely we were annoying the shit out of Malcolm, me and Henry, just quoting the movie every chance we could throughout the whole show. So sliding him in there, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And for us, I'll just kind of give you a little preview of some topics we have coming up for Tiebreaker fights and tournament fights. So this Thursday, we're going to be doing a Thursday episode because I'm going out of town on a little business trip. But we're going to be doing best non-universe comic book movies. So we're not going to include anything from like the MCU or the DCEU, any of the Fox stuff, any of that kind of Spider-Man stuff, or anything. It's just going to be everything outside of all of that. So you'll see a lot of kind of.
And we've got movies like The Mask, which is a comic book movie, will be making another appearance on Thursday because it is. But yeah, other crazy stuff like Men in Black or the 2005 Fantastic Four, or The Shadow or The Phantom or Dick Tracy, all kinds of stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yep, and then the next week we're going to be doing best live action family oriented movies. So they're going to be rated G and rated PG movies, and we're going to have Richie on that episode. Also Jacob Barber too. So that'll be a good time.
And Jordan's going to put together that rough draft list for once because it's his idea, and he's going to put together a list. Right. And I'm just going to let him do whatever he wants to do on that one. I probably won't even have any input on it. I'll just let him just make up a list and maybe even keep it a secret from me. And maybe I'll be on there and just keep it a secret from me. Just bring it on. So yeah, definitely.
Well, family movies are my jam. That's what I grew up watching. I like all these family movies.
That Mormon household, nothing over PG, right?
Yeah, right. Yep, exactly. That's Free Willy when I was growing up. So
Free Willy, Homeward Bound.
Yeah, Free Willy in the Sandlot. They're on heavy rotation.
Yeah,
Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
Yep. Yeah. But we also have we're going to be doing the best Schmodown contestants of all time for a tournament fight. We also have we have Richie again for that episode, and then we're also doing Tiebreaker Fights Best 80s Comedy. We're gonna have Richie again for that episode, so he's joining us a lot. And then also we have let's see, when we do
Richie will get a chance to vote for Better Off Dead for S tier if he wants to. He can make his case. Yeah. Hey, I think actually based on when we brought up the topic to Brother Lomas, he might be with you on that. So you might actually have a couple of votes on that one.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. He mentioned it. Better Off Dead. Better Off Dead. Yeah.
We're huge on 80s comedy, so yeah, that'll be a fun one. And then to wrap up the end of the year, we're going to be doing the best movies of 2021 for a tournament fight, and we're going to Richie again, and also Malcolm. So from today's episode, so it'll be like 4 or 5 in a row, but we're happy to have you because it's first come first serve for all these. So whoever makes the call to me first, whoever reaches out, they get the slots first. So that's pretty much how it works. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find us, and then you can find the poll of our Elite Eight over in the Schmodown Friends and Family group over there, and then I'm going to be announcing our giveaway soon. So I decided that I'm going to be Venmoing somebody $50 for the first prize. The second prize is going to be 4 original one-sheet movie posters from my time working at in movie theaters, and we're gonna have 5 just general movie trivia questions, and then we're gonna have 5 questions that are based on the show itself. So you have to have watched some of the episodes to get those, and they're gonna be on our social media and also in the Facebook group on Monday. So that's when they're gonna drop. So you can see all that there. I'm gonna get some options for some posters. I'm gonna probably throw up like maybe like 10 of them, and you can pick.
And
four that
when
you
we
like,
get to
we'll send it
either
you.
200 or 300 subscribers, whenever we get to there, we're going to do a similar giveaway. I'm going to give away the new Dawn of the Dead 4K 1978 Dawn of the Dead 4K pack. There's 3 discs. They only made a limited amount of them. I have 2 of them because of a shipping error, so I'm giving one away that is still completely shrink wrapped, never opened, and they're going for about $80 on eBay right now. So it's a very pricey item, and there was only a limited amount, so I'm going to be giving one of those away. So because I don't need 2 of them. So that's a good prize. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to get to that one, you got to hit the subscriber.
We got to get the subscribe button. We got to push.
Yeah. So for anyone watching, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do it because it really helps out the channel. We're on a fast track trying to get monetized if we can. So I mean that's kind of what it all goes towards. But yeah. So I got a little Christmas stinger for the holidays that you'll see here in a second. But for Malcolm, for Papa West, for Jacob, for Richie, for Austin, I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you guys next time.